back, everybody, to Mercedes-Benz Stadium for Game 3 of 4 here today. Our Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic. Brandon Adams, Rusty Manziel getting ready to show you the McEachern Indians and the North Gwinnett Bulldogs. A fascinating battle. Two teams, no strangers to this particular event. And for McEachern last year in year 1 for Kareem Reed, winning 7 of their final 8 games to win their first region championship since 2021. And obviously, this is a team that expects and hopes to take that next step here in 2024. And it's a newcomer to the Indians offense that gives them a chance to do that. I'm talking about the 4-star wide receiver, Nayland Scott.
Yeah, you look at 6'3", 190-pound wide receiver. Some people think maybe tidy on the next level wide receiver. I talked to Coach Reed down on the floor before the game, and he goes, listen, Rusty, we got to get him going. He's a difference maker for us. Georgia, Auburn, Georgia Tech, Arkansas, all of them have offered early. He's got the resume already right now.
Over the years, we've expected McEachern to be among the most talented teams in the state. Here for 2024 for Kareem Reed, we sort of think that might be true again. Similar story on the other side for North Gwinnett. Eric Godfrey in his first year a year ago, they kind of overcame a slow start, including a not great performance against Mill Creek in last year's Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic to become one of the highest scoring teams in the state of Georgia throughout the season. But it's also a story for the Bulldogs on defense we'll be following today. That's Cole Funderburk. Listen, this is a guy who's been committed to Wake Forest, but when you think about dominant players in the state of Georgia putting up huge stats on that defensive side of the ball, there are a few players in this state who perform better than Funderburk.
Yeah, you want to watch what they call a motor. Watch him every single play. They're going to have their hands full. They'll have to know where he is because it's constant pressure from his edge. 6'3", 225, 230 pounds. Doesn't it seem like North Gwinnett always has like 3 or 4 defensive linemen? They do again today. Several names, but headliner will be Cole Funderburk for them.
We've kind of had this game circled, looking back and looking ahead to this event as it got closer. We sort of feel like this has a chance to maybe be among the best we'll televise all weekend long.
2 great coach teams, a lot of speed. They tackle well, special teams well. That's a recipe for a great football game. I said it on Wednesday. I think this is going to be the game of the week. We're about to find out.
So settle in. We're going to take a quick commercial timeout, and we're going to come back and give you the opening kickoff right after that. Going to be a fun one between North Gwinnett and McEachern right here from Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Man, you know how to do this? Man, I don't even know. I was flipping burgers last week.
Violation, unsportsmanlike conduct, impersonating a craftsman.
Skilled trade unions are well-trained career pros, not part-timers. Construction is a rewarding and lucrative career with advancement potential, but you have to do it the right way with the right training. Learn how you can be a pro. Find your career at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
Beginning the morning you opened your eyes, we spent every waking moment preparing you for the day you'd leave our nest. Whether it's driving to practice or helping with homework, it's all prepared you for, what am I going to be when I grow up? Will you be ready?
After much thought, I made my decision to take my talents to the IBEW Local 613.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is not simply a job, it's a career. Visit IBEW613.org to begin a new future today.
Great teams are committed, focused on the details, and work hard to be their best. From practice to games, right down to their gear. Your field is a critical part of the game that allows your athletes to showcase their athletic abilities. Sports Turf is committed to bringing your team innovative sports surfaces with unparalleled performance. You bring the vision. Our team brings it to life.
The Mechanical Trades Institute wants to provide apprentices with a pathway that promises rewarding, hands-on work through a completely free education. There are many post-secondary options for students and young adults, and we want them to consider the skilled trades as one of those options. This is not only a job, but a free education and a lifelong career. We want you to start your future at the Mechanical Trades Institute.
The Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic is brought to you by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Transform your future today. And presented by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. Electrify your career.
And we are back and getting ready for opening kickoff here from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. You see the team captains for North Gwinnett. They're dressed in red. They've got the white helmets on. And the traditional gold and blue for the McEachern Indians. Of course, our coin toss is brought to you by the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office. And Boy, all kinds of folks gathering around midfield.
When you see the content creators around there, that tells you, number one, they're dudes on this field.
Yeah, no doubt about that. A lot of big-time prospects. Will be highlighting those for you. And, of course, for both these coaches, Eric Godfrey, the North Gwinnett side, Kareem Reed on the McEachern side, you know, second year coming up here in their particular programs. As you see, it's going to be McEachern getting the football first here to begin the game. Once again, our coin toss brought to you by the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office. Both these coaches in their second year coming up at their new schools, obviously no strangers to the state of Georgia prior to that. You know, Eric Godfrey, long tenure there at Parkview where he had great success. Coach Reed from McEachern, most recently at Florida. But then prior to that, a guy that was a region champion at both Westlake and Griffin. So these are veteran coaches now trying to help build up their current jobs the way they've also had success at their previous stops there as well.
I love the fits of both of them. I think Kareem Reed's going to do great here, and I think Eric Godfrey's going to do great at North Gwinnett.
We always give you our game time weather brought to you by Personal Touch Lawn Care. Could not be better conditions here right now, 68 degrees. And by the way, we'll take perfect conditions after last night.
Baby.
We could not get it to stop lightning last night up there at Barron Stadium in Rome. So disappointed that we weren't able to show you a really fun game. We thought it was going to be between Cass and Callaway. As you see over there, North Gwinnett starting to run out onto the field. Today, we don't have to worry about anything like that, though. It's beautiful outside, obviously still pretty hot, but sun's shining. But in the inside here, we got perfect conditions. And if you're curious, the roof is closed here as McEachern also makes its way onto the field. Pretty much for any of the football events that take place here, certainly by rule, the SEC Championship and obviously the college football playoff games, the Peach Bowl, the roof typically closed. We'll see the roof sometimes open for Falcons games. We don't typically open the roof for anything else, though, when it comes to a football game here inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yeah, why mess up perfection right here, man? What a beautiful downtown facility. New hotel right here. I drove in. I was like, man, that's nice. But two good-looking uniforms right here. McEachern and North Gwinnett, red on red. Got a little different helmet this year. Have their numbers on side as opposed to having the NG usual. 2 weeks from now, we'll be finishing up a big game between Georgia and Clemson.
That's exactly right here in the same spot.
Yep.
And, you know, you and I are lucky because we obviously have the best seat in the house. We're, you know, blessed to be able to broadcast this from the regular broadcast booth where the Fox NFL games take place. And so this is, for us, kind of the best view we'll have of a game all year long. The expanse of Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the big Halo video board. And we'll obviously look forward to showing you a lot of those sights and sounds, you know, throughout the day here. But just a wonderful, wonderful location for football. And we are so blessed here in Georgia to start our season off this way. We've already had 2 games for you. Walton a winner in game 1, Houston County a winner in game 2, and now a showdown between 2 teams that do it about as big as anybody does. We are underway. Game 3 of 4, Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta today, and it'll be by rule a touchback there on the kickoff. Constantine Dallas for the Bulldogs, sending it well into the end zone, and that'll put McEachern on offense to start things off.
Yeah, asked Coach Reed, man. I said, hey, what we got? What do you think about him? He came straight to me. He said, Rusty, we got to get Nayland Scott involved. We got to get him going. I think he's a difference maker. Obviously, power 4 offers, and we'll see what he does right here.
You'll also see Zaylen Bell coming out with the first-team offense. This is a little bit of a surprise what we thought we might see. Calvin Pittman, you'll see him listed there as the starting quarterback, but it's actually going to be Bell, a recent transfer from Villa Rica, coming in to begin the game for McEachern. I'm guessing we'll still see Pittman, obviously, at quarterback. That's a guy that's probably a little bit more accomplished with his legs. Bell, though, Kareem Reed says, has a huge arm. We'll see if he shows that on first down. Instead, it's going to be a handoff. Running on the right side there, and North Gwinnett easily able to snuff that down. A second down here coming up after the stop by Andrew Gist.
Yeah, you'll see Jerrion Campbell, the junior running back. He has an offer from Georgia. He has an offer from Ole Miss, Georgia Tech, Auburn. He's a rising junior. It's his first play of a junior. But that number 10's one to know. He has power 4 offers already as well.
Let's also quickly show you the North Gwinnett starters on defense here there as well. Obviously, we told you about Cole Funderburk in our open, and we'll give you a look at that here after this next play. On second down, running back goes in motion. That becomes empty backfield now for Bell. He'll throw. Knocked out of bounds over there near the 24-yard line. That's a third down now coming up. Now we'll show you those North Gwinnett starters on defense. Brought to you by the Rome Floyd Chamber of Commerce. Funderburk we told you about. London Seymour, that's the son of Richard Seymour there in the middle. Braxton Kyle, obviously impressive defensive lineman. And then you look at Jake Godfrey there. That's the coach's son there at linebacker, and maybe one of the most experienced secondaries in the state, and probably one of the best here this season as well. Chandler Jordan, one of the leaders there on the back end. Now on third down, throw and catch, and North Gwinnett swarming to the football here right now.
Yep.
Bulldogs all over it. Not much doing that time for Noah Brown. And that's fourth down, and now McEachern's going to have to punt.
A couple of easy passes trying to kind of ease him into the game, but the speed of North Gwinnett defensively closes on that very well. And as you talked about, as we get into the day, this secondary, they got a front four, they got a front seven. Starts with Jake Godfrey, head coach's son, started as a true freshman last year, Brandon, in 7A football.
So Jonathan Rodriguez will now come on to punt for McEachern. Bulldogs act like they want to try to block it, but then they back off. Punt going to be fielded right there at the 40-yard line. McEachern giving chase, wrapping up and going down there at the 44-yard line. Nice job on special teams. Khalil Mazzoni on the punt return, not much doing for him.
Nice coverage on the kickoff. We talked about it all week long. We'll talk about it again today. Special teams, but being able to get down the field and cover the punt, keep contained, and keep McEachern to a minimum gain right there to start for North Gwinnett to start.
Here's the North Gwinnett offense. Ryan Hall is the quarterback. That's a Georgia Tech baseball commit, but this is a guy with dual threat, both arms and legs. Big numbers a year ago. Tommy Lafayette comes over from Lambert. That's a Stanford transfer. He's got big shoes to fill after Julian Walters graduation from a year ago. And top returning receiver in the case of Eric Ronning. Big year for him. We'll probably see him a major part of this offense, probably from the word go. Hall going to show you his legs in first down, follows his blocker, gets to the 50, and then first down yardage, probably 11-12 on that for Ryan Hall. A guy who rushed for 723 yards last year gets himself a first down carry on the first play from scrimmage here this year.
I remember watching him play 2 years ago in his first game as a starter. First thing you notice with him is athletic. Talk about a baseball player as well. Can hurt you with his legs, good arm. Can't wait to see this running back number 0 right here. Stanford commit standing right beside him. Very familiar with him.
Hall takes the shotgun snap. He'll handle Lafayette up the middle. He'll move the pile for about 3 there, make it second down coming up.
Reminds me a lot of Peyton Strecco, who was at West Forsyth last year.
Let's see our starters for McEachern on defense. A name to watch here is number 4 right there, the linebacker, Zakir Abdul-Salam. Another guy, long list of major college offers. A guy that Kareem Reed has really kind of praised for his pass rushing prowess, and a guy who perhaps on his way to blowing up here this year. That's a handoff again, going across the 40-yard line. And that sets up third and very manageable after another tote for Lafayette. In fact, we'll make it 3rd and 3. A couple of receivers over here on the right side. Lone man stands at the left. That's Christian Campbell, the junior. Five across from McEachern. Hand to Lafayette again.
Good job.
And it's going to be short. Nice job by McEachern to corral that and bring up 4th down, and a decision now for North Gwinnett.
Abdul-Salam closes that down, protects his side of the field right there, and keeps that to a 4th and 1 now by showing physicality on the edge.
Of course, Hall will stay in the shotgun. It may be slightly less than 1 yard. Looked like Lafayette may have gotten the early start, and that's going to back up North Gwinnett 5 yards. And we'll see if this changes the calculus for Coach Eric Godfrey.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
We'll see our officials here, brought to you by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Kip Arnold is your referee. Jerome McCants, David Reynolds, Mark Gross, Pete Ashley, all a part of this officiating crew. And after the penalty, North Gwinnett now going to send Constantine Dallas on to punt. Back deep to receive. This is going to be Noah Brown. Dallas gets a good one away. Brown will field it 10-yard line. Gets a couple of blocks now and gets across the 20 up to the 22. So both defenses get a stop on their first chance. And now McEachern will be back on offense here, looking for the game's first point. So we're settling in what we expect to be a fantastic football game. We'll take a quick timeout, though, and come back and show you more first quarter action between North Gwinnett and McEachern right after this.
Timeout.
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Drew Tutton here with Open Roads Complete RV. It's a very exciting time for Open Roads as we celebrate the grand opening of our new facility in Jasper, Georgia, right next to Tutton Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. It's also Open Roads' 10-year anniversary, so right now you can own a brand new travel trailer as little as $149 a month. As low as $299 a month, you can own a brand new fifth wheel. As low as $599 a month, you can own a new motorized. 2 great locations or online at openroads.us.
Set the record. The biggest WNBA game in Atlanta history. The Atlanta Dream look to even the score against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Get your tickets to the biggest Dream game of the year and see why the WNBA is taking the nation by storm. Don't be left out when State Farm sells out. Monday, August 26th. Grab the hottest ticket in town now at dream.wnba.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Still no score, just underway between McEachern and North Gwinnett. Both defenses looking good in their first possession. And now a chance for McEachern to come out for its second try here offensively. 4-down lineman for North Gwinnett. Lone safety back. They got 2 receivers in the offensive formation for McEachern, both on the right side. Running back moves to the right there as well. And that's a big tackle in the backfield. Connor Coxwell in to make that stop behind the line of scrimmage. Another big play defensively here.
Yeah, great job there. Just coming from the backside, trailing. Followed the back, which direction he was going. I wonder if McEachern's concerned about blocking this front 4. They're trying to do a lot of stuff kind of quick here. Quick game, passing game, running the ball right now.
By the way, Zaylen Bell does remain in at quarterback. Standing tall in the pocket, too. 6'5", 215 pounds. Big guy, big arm, too. Hadn't really had a chance to see him crank it up yet, although he does throw it right there. And it's a completion at the 31-yard line. Noah Brown there to haul that in. That's going to make it 3rd and pretty manageable here now coming up.
55 there. Braxton Kyle just received an offer from Georgia about 2 weeks ago. Senior defensive lineman committed to Rutgers.
Georgia's going after those Rutgers commits.
I'd say
right
Rutgers
now.
is like, please, y'all quit doing this.
6'4", 305 pounds.
Means they're evaluating good.
So 3rd and about 2 now coming up. Bell sends a man in motion. Going to pitch to him. And he's going to be short. Not able to get there is Nayland Scott. First chance to see Scott touch the ball. A guy that we highlighted for you in our open, the transfer from Kennesaw Mountain. He's going to come up a little bit short on that jet sweep carry. And that's going to bring up 4th down once again. And for 2 teams that throughout the years have been very good at scoring points, it's been the defenses who've owned the first 6 minutes of this football game.
Yeah, good job again. North Gwinnett running to the football, keeping contained, not letting McEachern get that edge and turn it up.
Nicholas Bookman now back to receive the punt for North Gwinnett. The kick by Rodriguez away. Bookman will field it. He gets hit right away, but stays on his feet. Nice job of keeping his balance. Then he crossed the 45 up the 47-yard line. Best field position of the game to begin a possession for either team. Bulldogs will have it coming up. And speaking of North Gwinnett, coming by way of Swanee, Georgia. Let's take a look at their resume. Of course, Coach Eric Godfrey in his 2nd season. A lot of success for Godfrey at Parkview before coming here. They're 8-4 a year ago, made the second round of the playoffs, really took home a share of the region championship there as well. This is a former state championship program. And of course, when you think about the great players that have come through this program, obviously Josh Downs, Josh Cook, Juwan James, we'll see a couple of linebackers in major college football this year that both came from North Gwinnett. You see the pitch going to Lafayette. He gets up to the 50-yard line, picked up 3 there on first down.
I'll tell you what. So the kicker, that's 7 years ago. Yeah, that kicker's 24 years old minimum now. The guy that made that kick in 2017 to beat Corky County on the last play in the state championship game probably don't pay for many meals in Sewanee, Georgia. And I apologize for not knowing his name, but I will never forget that kick. You talking about the pressure on him, and he drilled it right down the middle for the state championship.
You would imagine that is the case. What a moment that was. And obviously, you see Hall.
Design run there.
Yeah, design run carrying himself. And that's his second first. Actually going to be probably about a half-yard short. Going to make a third about a half-yard coming up. But 2 nice gains for Hall.
See the speed of the game right here. Physicality, the size of both teams up front. This is what you expect when you see 6A football in the state of Georgia.
It's going to be a handoff, easy first down yardage, and crossing the 40-yard line. That goes Lafayette's way, and here comes North Gwinnett now with a fresh set of downs in Indians territory.
Brandon, you get the feeling that North Gwinnett's kind of flying under the radar. You know,
I do.
Not many people people are talking and texting and talking in my ear right now how big North Gwinnett is. I'm telling you.
Well, this is a team that played better as the season progressed a year ago and really brings a lot back. Now, you lose a guy like Julian Walters. Obviously, that's a lot to replace. You see Hall carry out the play fake. Not going to keep himself. He's dangerous with his legs when he keeps it.
Yep.
It's also an interesting region for North Gwinnett. Obviously, the Gwinnett County region's always tough, but this is also a team that's sort of back playing Brookwood and Parkview in region play again. So, you know, as a lot of these coaches are telling, this is the familiar refrain that everybody's saying. In every single one of these regions, there's a big bold print name that's not going to make the postseason. But obviously, the look of North Gwinnett, they don't expect to be that team. Coming up on 4 minutes in the first quarter. That's Hall again. Faked a handoff, kept it himself, crosses the 25-yard line. Picked up 9. He has been very dangerous with his legs, the Georgia Tech baseball commit.
And I have watched this for almost 3 years now. He can do this all game. He can 3 and 4 yards you to death, and next thing you know, he's running down the sidelines for a touchdown.
Talked about a moment ago, you know, you look back at North Gwinnett a year ago in this spot. You know, Mill Creek was tough that day, right?
Yes.
And that was Eric Godfrey trying to get his system established here in Sewanee.
Yep.
But they go on a long run where they end up scoring final game 51 points against Norcross, averaged 37 points per game for the season, and really made a pretty big statement as the year went on. Hall throwing to the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown. There to haul it in is Nick Bookman, and the Bulldogs are on the board.
What a play by Hall. He extends a play, first off, has to outrun a McEachern defender, keeps his eyes down the field, and throws a strike.
Beautiful throw by Hall. That's our scoring recap brought to you by Breda Pest Management. Man, Hall is in control of everything right now.
He's directed him, telling him to go, you keep running, I'll throw it to you. That's exactly what he did for the first touchdown of the game.
Impressive stuff there.
You start seeing a quarterback running and DBs start getting their eyes in the backfield, and that's what happened right there.
Constantine Dallas will come on and try the PAT. Sanford Holcomb will be the holder. Dallas sends it straight into the net, and that's good. And it's 7-0 North Gwinnett. Ryan Hall with the legs, and then with the arm. Nick Bookman there to haul it in, and the Bulldogs are on top here early.
Basic combat training is a 10-week experience that will challenge you both physically and mentally. Each phase of your training will introduce you to new soldier skills, building and advancing them along the way. You and your fellow soldiers will work as a team to accomplish each mission, overcome each obstacle, and earn the right to wear the black beret of an Army National Guard soldier.
Are you ready for some football? Woo! Right here, T-O-W, right here, Kell Grange. Guess what, guys? It's Cavalier Day. Here at Kell Grange, we support all of our high school athletics. As a special kickoff offer, you can score big savings on all of our new Kia models. Also, all of our community around here, we support our low economy. Hey, T. Wiggins, you go get them, boys. Go Cavaliers. Good luck to you and your favorite team. Go Cavs.
A journeyman with Local 85, when you turn out, you can be hitting six figures.
Hey, I have your back, you have my back. We're gonna do this together. We're one for all for one.
College just wasn't for me. Let's look into actual career jobs that wouldn't take college, where I wouldn't, lose money and all that. Instead of losing a lot more money at the end, why not make money and make more money at the end?
Are you interested in becoming a deputy or a jailer? The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office is hiring and looking for individuals passionate about protecting and serving their community. If you are 18 years or older, join our team by visiting gogcso.com for more information. Gwinnett County, together, we can make a difference.
The Georgia Sheet Metal JETC equips apprentices with the knowledge and skills required to start a rewarding career in the sheet metal industry with programs in HVAC, industrial welding, and testing, adjusting, and balancing. Training is 100% free and allows apprentices to earn as they learn. Journeymen graduate with no student debt and have the potential to earn more than most college graduates. Visit our website to learn more about this opportunity at careersinsheetmetal.com.
We'll be right back to live action here in a moment. Prior to that, let me give you a reminder about our friends at MC's Heating and Air. At MC's Heating and Air, we're dedicated to addressing any issues with your HVAC system. Our commitment to achieving 100% customer satisfaction means that we prioritize your comfort throughout the year. Our team comprises highly skilled technicians who are qualified at ensuring your home remains cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Rest assured, your comfort is our business. Brandon Adams, Rusty Manziel, Kaylee Manziel in our host position. Apparently taking some combat pay home for today.
She took a shot, man. A couple years ago, we had one of our interns, Emma Johnson, got kind of ran over by a Grayson defender, and sounds like Kelly Mansell took a football. I told her, listen, you're officially a sideline reporter now. You take one to the head.
Constantine Dallas's kick. This one is going to also get into the end zone. I thought for a moment that might die there at the 1 yard line, but instead it goes into the end zone. As many of you are aware, in Georgia by rule, that cannot be brought out in the high school football level. That's another touchback coming the way of McEachern. You see the scoring recap there brought to you by Breda Pass Management. 6 plays, 53 yards. It's the 25-yard touchdown pass for Hall to Bookman that caps all of that off.
Give McEachern on the third series right here. See what kind of adjustments they make. See if they take a couple shots down the field. They've been very underneath. A lot of quick game in the offense here. A couple slants. I know it's a new quarterback. Trying to work him in, get comfortable where he is. You're going to get some one-on-one coverage with North Gwinnett because they trust their DBs. Let's see if they take a shot down the field at some point in this series.
Yeah, Zaylon Bell still in at quarterback, the Villa Rica transfer. And he will look to throw right now. Pressure comes. He has to avoid that and gets positive yardage up to the 24. So he got about 4 yards that time.
Yeah, they were looking to take a shot that time. Had two guys running in the middle of the field on deep routes, but kind of got flushed. He got what he could get out of that, and that's a good job. Keeping a negative play away, actually picked up 4 yards and puts McEachern in a much more manageable 2nd and 6.
So you mentioned, too, the North Gwinnett, kind of an underrated team, maybe flying under the radar.
Yep.
One of the areas when they're going to be as strong as anybody is in that secondary when McEachern wants to throw. Now, they don't do it this time. They're content to run the football. But with Malachi Whedon back there, the Arkansas State commit, with Chandler Jordan, a guy who's kind of been a safety, now a cornerback, who's got all kinds of offers, Auburn, South Carolina, Tennessee. This is going to be a really good secondary. as you see London Seymour, the son of the Pro Football Hall of Famer Richard Seymour, coming off the field at least for this third down play.
Longtime defensive back coach Jeff Carborough worked with those guys over there a long time, man.
That'll be a fake handoff, pressure coming, and Bell cannot elude it. He's going to go down.
Guess who? Number 5.
Amazing career for Cole Funderburg, and he picks up here to begin the 2024 season right where he left off. Bringing down Bell, helping to do that, and now McEachern's going to have to punt again, so tough sledding early offensively for the Indians.
Invaluable when you can get pressure with the front 4, allows you to do so much in behind it. And right now, the front 4 in the first 3 series of the game, the front 4 of the North Gwinnett defense has really handled. See Jeff Carborough right there. I'll give him a big blue. He's a big Kentucky fan. Great guy.
Rodriguez gets the kick away.
Good punt.
Fielded there at the 35-yard line. Pressure right away, and a nice special teams tackle to bring that down. So McEachern gets the opportunity to flip the field, and not much doing for the punt return for Bookman. And that may be what McEachern needs to help establish some momentum in this game.
So far, really good special teams.
And speaking of the Indians, let's take a look at their resume here. Kareem Reed, his second season, coming to McEachern by way of Florida at Westlake and Griffin, a couple of stops as the head coach prior to that. 7-5 a year ago. They got there by winning 7 of their final 8 games. Started off 0-4 to begin the year. Of course, when you think about great players in this program throughout the years, you'll mention that guys like Adam Meadows and Chuma Doga, Javon Baker, but how about Julian Rochester? How about you can just roll through the list. Taj Griffin, former great running back here. You see the pass complete to Eric Ronning. First catch of the day for Ronning, but McEachern was all over that time.
Nice job there.
Yeah, nice play by Caden Battle, the sophomore cornerback.
Of course, Jimmy Dorsey's a part of the Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic committee. Long-time head coach McEachern did such a good job. Just unbelievable amount of players he put in the NFL, into college. Some guys who went in the NFL. Just really got that program right there to the doorstep and lost a couple of really close games, state championships and semifinals.
Yes, did. Hall in second down takes the snap, hands the ball to Lafayette. Lafayette now starting to get a little something going.
A little different pace right here than the last game.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
I don't think we had 3 rushes in the last game.
Yeah. Yeah, both these teams, for the most part, kind of content to live on the ground here right now. For third down now, ball will sit on the 37. We'll make it 3rd and 6. It is an empty backfield for Hall right now. He's got 5 receivers, 3 on the left side.
Oh, man.
May have gotten a jump, but now the whistle will blow.
Kareem Reed called timeout.
Yeah.
Did get to call it for the flag?
Timeout, McEachern. First charge timeout of the half.
So something about what North Gwinnett showed you on offense there with the 5 receivers in the empty backfield. McEachern didn't like that. They had a guy jump, but then he got back onsides again before the snap took place. You'll also see scores rolling in from our Breda Pest Management score ticker, both from our Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic and games from across the state. Obviously, what was very much a weather-marred opening Friday night of Georgia high school football.
Yeah, I mean, I fell asleep watching, like for me, a sicko that I am football, I fell asleep watching Milton and Buford like that. I apologize, but at 12:30, I was done. I tapped.
Can you imagine the logs that Rusty's sawing right there? Just, sawing logs in that living room on that recliner.
Man.
Kick back and asleep.
Man, it was like a big bear in December now, I'm telling you, last night.
By the way, we wish our friends from both Cass and Callaway the best of luck and safe travels as they get ready to play this evening. They'll play at 6 p.m.
I got a text before we went on. Now, I don't know that it's true, but it sounds like it may have been moved to Cass and playing at 7:30 tonight.
Oh, wow.
So they're going to play tonight somewhere at some point.
We're just moving pieces all around all over the place.
Don't know what's going on. Good luck to both of those teams tonight.
Hall's got Lafayette behind him now, so a different look offensively for North Gwinnett. Still 3 receivers, though, on the left side of this formation. A deep safety back for McEachern. Hall will throw, pass caught, Lafayette, 45-yard line, all the way actually up to the 49. And that's first down yardage there. Pick up 13 yards on the throw for Hall.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Get him on a wheel route outside the backfield there. Good ball, man. Delivered a strike right there.
And very quickly, it would seem. Brisk pace here. We've just come to the conclusion of our first quarter. So there you go. North Gwinnett's got a 7-0 lead, but the Indians of McEachern trying to do something about that. You see a great collection of folks traveling from Swanee there too, dressed in their red and black. So stay with us. Fun one here from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We're right back after this.
Looking for a reason to try the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5.
So much.
That's everything you get with the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's.
Washington Media Scholars Foundation, proudly celebrating over 15 years of empowering college students through scholarships, career opportunities, and industry connections. Compete for over $150,000 in scholarships and an all-expense-paid networking trip to Washington, D.C. Connect with top media companies, enhance your media skills, and advance your career. Visit mediascholars.org to learn more.
Oh my gosh! Nice.
World Chase Tag is the Pro League tournament for the planet's most intense new game, which takes the art of being hunted down to a whole new level. It is relentless and fiercely intense, with a chaser having just 20 seconds to get a hand on an invader.
He's done it! He has done it!
And there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Tuesdays at 7 on Peachtree Sports Network.
Want to see a little bit of this? A little bit of that? Well, now's your chance. For the first time in 40 years, Harlem Globetrotters show off their skills live on TV. The Harlem Globetrotters, live Sunday at 7, only on Peachtree TV. Woo!
We'll flip the field here, but keep North Gwinnett on offense as our second quarter begins. Brandon Adams, Rusty Manziel, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Game 3 of 4 for us, and game 9 of 10 in total, at least 10 scheduled games in total. First down now. Hand off the jet sweep, running left side, looking for a block. That's Eric Ronning. Excuse me, that's Nick Bookman on the carry for the Bulldogs.
Different staff, same team though. They made a killing with Josh Downs on that play at North Gwinnett a couple years ago.
Bookman's got the game's only touchdown. Also had the game-winning touchdown in the Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic 7-on-7 event that Walton won the tournament earlier this summer.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
But his carry on that will be brought back.
That explains being able to get the edge, turn it up the field there.
So push him back here to the 39. Make it 1st and 20. Khalil Mazzoni is in at running back now for North Gwinnett. Fake handoff to him. Hall gonna crank it up and throw. Got a man open, but just beyond his grasp. That'll make it 2nd down. That time, Ronning was in the intended target. Pretty good coverage as well by Jaden James, the junior cornerback.
I know who he trains with, and he has texted me all summer. He has sent me videos of Ronning, and everything I've seen, he runs 4-4. I have seen it on tape. It's one of those things, like he's kind of flying on the radar right now. How much longer will he? But you see the speed. He gets behind McEachern defense right there, just unable to connect.
Yeah, this was North Gwinnett's leading receiver last year. 5 offers right now. Army, Air Force, Murray State, teams of that nature. All trying to set up the screen. Now just trying to make something happen. Pressure coming on him, and he has to just sort of throw it away there. So that was a mess sort of from the outset. Now it'll be 3rd and very long coming up for the Bulldogs.
First quarter stats there. Ryan Hall had 4 carries for 31 yards, just under 8 yards a carry.
And that wasn't like 140-yard run. And
no,
they were all
yes.
about 8 or 9 yards a carry.
Yep. Those 4 were about 8.
McEachern going to drop, as you can see on the screen, 3 guys way back deep here on the 3rd and 20 play.
3rd down and long for the Bulldogs.
Hall in the empty backfield once again. Now the whistle going to blow, and now it's North Gwinnett's turn to not like the look they got from McEachern defensively.
Timeout. North Gwinnett. First charge, timeout of the half.
Indians sagged way back defensively just because of obviously the line to make for North Gwinnett being all the way at the 41-yard line. But we'll take a quick timeout here. 3rd and long for North Gwinnett coming up. Fun action continues right after this.
Dang, where you get this car?
You need to join the union.
The union?
Absolutely. You can get 10 of these.
Union construction workers earn the highest wages with the best benefits and the most protection in the construction industry. Find your career in construction. Go to GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com and start your future today.
What happens after you graduate? Will you go to the next level? Will people have your back in the heat of the battle? Will you still train like a champion in pursuit of greatness? You will when you become an IBEW electrician. Join our team. Visit IBEW613.org.
Great teams are committed, focused on the details, and work hard to be their best. From practice to games, right down to their gear. Your field is a critical part of the game that allows your athletes to showcase their abilities. Sports Turf is committed to bringing your team innovative sports surfaces with unparalleled performance. You bring the vision, our team brings it to life.
So when I got in the program, I was 18. At the time, I think the most appealing thing was, I could start out going to school and making money while I'm going to school. Not coming out in 4 or 5 years, $30,000, $40,000 in debt. That was the biggest attraction to this. I got in 3 days after graduation and hadn't looked back.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic is sponsored by Northside Hospital, your source of strength. The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office. Serve and protect through dedication, professionalism, and active cooperation with the community. Smart Local 85. Sheet metal is a smart move. Gatorade. Fuel tomorrow. And by Score Atlanta, your source for Georgia high school sports.
All right, back here live, North Gwinnett leads, but the Bulldogs got a country mile in front of them to try to convert this 3rd down here. 3rd and 20.
What, screen or quarterback draw?
And so, yeah, Hall was going to be the quarterback draw, but, McEachern was all over that. Looked like the first man through that time may have been David Otobo, the senior linebacker.
Yeah, North Gwinnett so far behind the chains early in the 2nd quarter. Not going to do anything crazy to see if he can pop one, but McEachern certainly, with their staff, that's exactly what they were probably telling their guys. This is what to expect.
So both these defenses holding up really well so far. One big play was the touchdown pass from Ryan Hall to Nick Bookman. Dallas gets a kick away again. Going to bounce there at the round 27. Turn goes up across the 36. But not much else going for Austin Brown.
Jalen Gist, number 11, outside linebacker, makes a tackle. If he doesn't make that tackle, they've got an alley on the sidelines.
Take a look at the McEachern schedule here, brought to you by the Georgia Sheet Metal and Air Conditioning Contract Association. Getting ready for North Cobb next week for McEachern. Marietta team that had some trouble with Gainesville last night.
Very talented team. We'll see in 2 weeks.
That's exactly right. And then heading through that run of region schedule here, which seems to be.
I'll say it. On paper, they'll be favored in every game.
That's right.
Now, there's a lot. You got to play the games, but on paper, they will be favored the rest of the season, in my opinion.
Going to crank up and throw. That's the big arm for Bell. Got a man down there, and it's a fight for the football. And it's going to be won by Nayland Scott. 34 yards on the throw and catch for Scott.
Number one, that's a wow throw from Bell because it was a very high and deep ball. But you're going to see Scott come back and track this thing down and go over the North Gwinnett defender. He turns that thing loose at the 30, his 30, and it comes down at the 22.
That's our electrifying play of the first half, brought to you by IBEW Local 613. And now Bell will run himself. He has been the guy at quarterback today. We thought we might see a little bit of rotation. Maybe we still will, but no Calvin Pittman here thus far. It's been the Zaylen Bell show, the Villa Rica transfer.
He is a tall drink of water, man.
Yeah, 6'5", 215 pounds. And, you know, you said it before. On paper, it really sets up that this could be, no matter what the result today is, a pretty interesting year for McEachern because they will be likely, you know, clear favorites in the region schedule we just showed you a moment ago. Now 3rd and 5 after the option play.
A little bit of breaking news, young man, that we saw, was hoping to see Wednesday night. Chase Linton from North Atlanta played, just decommitted from Rutgers.
All right.
That could be
one to watch.
That could be one to watch for Georgia fans.
Bell on 3rd down. Trying to throw the RPO pop pass, tried to hit Xavier Harris with it, but could not. That's 4th down. And I believe that may bring on Jonathan Rodriguez for a field goal attempt here. It'd be 32 yards for Rodriguez.
I knew it. Took about 8 seconds for me to get a text from a coach. Don't count us out. I said favorite. I didn't say you don't got to play the game. My good buddy. That's my good buddy Shane Queen. Known Shane Queen a long time.
Well, if you notice,
let me tell you something.
I was sort
you better strap it out when you play North Cobb, buddy.
I was sort of tiptoeing around that. I was going to let you say it first before I said anything.
Thank you, Coach Queen, for tuning in. That's my guy, man. I've known him for a long, long time. I got to cover his son, and now his son helps him coach. And
a terrific football coach and also an accomplished actor based on one of the commercials.
That is the best commercial in the history of high school football. I say it every year. The excitement and the way he plays that every year. Coach Queen, let me be your agent, buddy.
We'll take a look at the North Gwinnett schedule here, too, before we see the Rodriguez field goal attempt. This is the team I told you before, big Gwinnett. Yeah, we'll finish this here in a minute. Yep. Let's show you Rodriguez in the attempt at the 32-yard field goal. It's going to be no good.
Man. And they had a flag down, though. Did they? We get?
Okay, there is a flag here.
I believe they hit the kicker while he's stretching.
So we'll see. Now, the North Gwinnett sideline is arguing the kick was blocked, so therefore they're saying that whatever happened after that was fair game.
Tip ball.
Let's see if they do pick it up here. No indication as of yet.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker. Half a distance to the goal, first out.
So the argument on the North Gwinnett side from Eric Godfrey that the ball was tipped on the kick ends up not finding very much of a receptive audience. We'll see this again here. Flag coming in right away after that. So new life now offensively for the Indians. It is 1st and goal now here too. Ball sits almost. Another RPO throw into the end zone.
Good job defensively.
Yeah, that's Chandler Jordan. You like a lot about what he does. He put his hand in there at the exact right time to knock that away.
You're talking about 2 big-time athletes going at it, just straight RPO. He's going to throw right here. Eyes down the field, flips his hips. Great coverage, man.
Yeah.
God, you just don't get any better than that. In a tight window inside the 10, you know it's coming.
Bell's a left-hander. I kind of like that.
Yeah, he got his hips around that throw, but he was reading that backer.
2nd and 10. You get the sense it's a pretty big moment in this game here, this next couple of plays. That's going to be a keep by Bell. He's going to get inside the 5-yard line, so picks up about 5. And that's going to be 3rd and goal now, with the ball kind of in between the 4 and the 5-yard line. .9:23 to go, second quarter. Some fans having a good time here. Bell again, and keeps it himself. And how about that? Carrying out the fake beautifully and into the end zone for a touchdown. North Gwinnett jumped all over the running back because that's where they thought the ball was going. But Bell pulled it out and took it into the end zone. We're a PAT away from this game being tied.
He's reading this defensive end. He sees him crash. Great pull, man. You see 2 guys from North Gwinnett come in on that running back, and he keeps and cashes in for a touchdown. Great read right there by the McEachern quarterback.
That was our scoring recap, brought to you by Breda Pest Management. So Bell probably known more as and the PAT is no good. Bell probably known more as a thrower than a runner, but using his legs to great effect right there. PAT, though, not able to tie this game up, though. So the score remains 7-6. And we'll be right back.
You ever seen this? You ever seen that? You ever seen the Harlem Globetrotters live on TV? Well, now's your chance. For the first time in 40 years, the Harlem Globetrotters are showing off their skills right in your living room. Don't miss a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and don't miss whatever they call that move. The Harlem Globetrotters, live Sunday at 7, only on Atlanta's own Peachtree TV. Yeah, baby.
Looking for a reason to try the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5.
So much.
That's everything you get with the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's.
Sometimes it's the little victories that mean the most. Those everyday celebrations that bring a smile to our faces and joy to our hearts. At Ingalls, we know there's no one you'd rather share those miniature, memorable moments with than family. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
In the heart of our community, where bonds are built, stands a beacon of hope. Free at Last Bail Bonds. For over 50 years, founder Kathy Joyce built this business on strong family values. Today, our CEO Jennifer Green carries on that tradition, leading a team of 45 employees dedicated to keeping families and friends together.
Free at Last Bail Bonds, the name families trust when times get tough. Dial Pound Bail, BAIL. We understand the importance and urgency of reuniting families.
Here's to the legends of the game who paved the way for the stars of today.
Get out of his way!
Origin Sports showcases sports history that is as relevant today as it was in past. Origin Sports, run it back.
Welcome back, everybody. 7-6 at our score. McEachern just found the end zone on a Zaylen Bell touchdown run. PAT no good, though. 7 plays, 64 yards, minute 43 off the clock. That's our scoring summary, brought to you by Breda Pest Management.
A couple housekeeping things here. Want to point out our tickers, first game of the year now, first weekend. One of our scores is incorrect, and I want to make sure this is right because this was a very big win for this program. Collins Hill beat Grayson last night, 20-19. They certainly deserve the right score on this board. We're getting that taken care of, but congratulations, Collins Hill. That is a massive, massive win against an extremely talented Grayson football team.
That really is a statement performance there by the Eagles. Just a couple miles down the road from North Gwinnett, for what it's worth.
Our good buddy, former North Gwinnett coach Bob Spire, up in Kentucky now. Texted me during the break, said he's watching the game too. So
oh, that's nice.
Want to say hello to him, and certainly a lot of ties to the state of Georgia, doing a good job at Kentucky. Always was so welcoming to me.
Yeah,
any school he was at, man.
Great guy. I tell you,
tuning in, Coach.
Very entertaining brand of football that he brought to North Gwinnett when he was the head coach here.
Told me not to count out Shane Queen ever. So those two are going to be giving a group hug next time.
They're ganging up on you, Rusty. Handoff straight up the middle.
He's got
Across the
wheels now.
40-yard line and inside Indian territory there at the 46 goes Tommy Lafayette.
I'm telling you, man, he's got some juice to him. Stanford fans that are tuning in right now are going to love him. He is legit 4-4. I have absolutely timed him myself, and he can roll. Look at the foot in the ground, breaking tackles. Good field vision down the field, just getting what he can and finishing it off. Big run there.
North Gwinnett wants to play fast, and it will. Reminiscent of the old days when Bob Spire was head coach here. To the 40-yard line, pickup of 7 more. Big chunks on the ground when North Gwinnett's running here today. That Lafayette again.
And watching Mikey Tamburo and those guys play Burnside. Marcus Lattimore comes in there, North Gwinnett. You talking about a football team and a football game.
Oh, yeah.
They just ran out of juice. Didn't quite have enough, but, man, they gave maybe one of the best teams in the country that night all they can handle up at North Gwinnett.
I remember that very well. Here's Hall now going to go straight keeper himself. Kind of lowered his shoulder that time. Crossing 35 down to the 34. 7 more for him. And that's like clockwork. It's like 7 or 8 every time he touches it.
You have to account for him on every play in this run game.
And it's just the numerical mismatch when your quarterback
numbers in the box. Absolutely. He has to be accounted for on every play.
We'll see what kind of answer McEachern has for him defensively. The spread 4 across the line, moving the guy up now. Now creep 2 more up. Hall going to run it again, right side this time. Cuts it back towards the middle, and I mean, he's still moving the pile. That's going to be right at another North Gwinnett first down.
This is not kind of, we start talking about North Gwinnett. They've been spread all these years. They've always been spread. More of a physicality running game right now with these 2 guys in the backfield.
Keep in mind, this is an offensive line for North Gwinnett. Only 1 senior, but Eric Godfrey says it's a group that continues to improve, kind of leaps and bounds improvement since this group first came together. Chase Morrow, the center, is the only senior. You got Josh Jones, a sophomore, starting on the left side, the tackle position, and Deontay Benneman, a sophomore as well, starting at right guard. Sweep handoff, and that
nice
time
play.
McEachern in the backfield to bring that down. Impressive play that time by Keontae Ingram, the junior cornerback.
Man, you have to want to stick your face up in there as a defensive back like that. You know you got a guy running full speed. You're trying to fight off a block, trying to keep contained on the edge. You'll find out real quick if a defensive back wants some of that. He's shown it tonight twice.
If you're a college scout, it's the easiest thing to look for, right?
No doubt. Do you want some of it or not?
That time Ingram was more than equal to that task, making it 2nd and 12 after a couple of yards lost. 4 receivers now for North Gwinnett. Hall looking left, throwing towards the sideline. Pass caught there by Bookman. Bookman crossed the 20, slammed down by Brad Menhorn. But positive gain for Bookman, and 3rd and relatively short coming up for the Bulldogs once again.
I love the read right there. He wanted to go down the field. Wasn't there. He throws the check down and still picked up around 6 or 7 yards.
We're in the red zone here, presented by IBEW Local 613. It's 3rd and 3. McEachern trying to bunch a bunch of guys in that tackle box. Whistle blows. And McEachern calls timeout. They were looking at something on that.
Timeout. McEachern. Second charge timeout of the half.
So, hey, we're looking all season long, and this is so fun for our friends at Gordo's Cheese Dip. For our cheesiest fans of the game, you can snap a photo, say cheese, use the hashtag, though, Fiesta every day for your chance to be featured on television all season long. We had the Gordo's Cheese Dip food truck out last night at Barron Stadium. Didn't have any football to watch, but there was plenty of cheese dip to be had, and you always love that.
Got the Prince Avenue there. Got my guy, number 1. I believe that's Bo Talbert. Know him. That's Brandon Talbert's youngest son. And I believe that's Coach Hartley's son. And then the left there, Todd Hartley. A lot of UGA
there you go.
Guys from Prince Avenue there. Obviously, they were there, I guess, Thursday night?
Yeah.
Huge game.
So we're looking for the cheesiest fans of the game from our friends at Gordo's Cheese Dip. Eric Godfrey, the North Gwinnett coach, reached out to me this week. We were talking about Gordo's Cheese Dip the other day. He said, took some home from the Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic Luncheon. They were enjoying that, he and his son. So, truth in advertising there.
Hey, nothing wrong with a good cheese dip, brother. I can tell you right now. You either make a decision you're going to eat it or not. You're not going to say, I don't like it.
Right.
You're just going to eat it or you're not.
What you're not going to do is dip it one time. That's what you're not going to do.
Zero chance. Zero
going
chance.
back and back and back.
Yes.
Before you know it's all gone. Hand off there to Lafayette. Lafayette shakes free, and he goes into the end zone for a touchdown on 3rd and 3 from 18 yards out.
Should have watched big London Seymour, number 54, on this left tackle. Watch what he does to the McEachern defensive side. Just caves it in. The big run, see him right there, pin him off. Good alley. Lafayette does the rest.
Our electrifying play of the half brought to you by IBEW Local 613. Somebody went down for North Gwinnett.
I think it's Lafayette. I saw him punt. He punched the turf after he scored.
Yeah.
One of the guys hit him late as he come across. Man,
we've had obviously cramps.
No, that
the
was
outdoor games, but that's not what this looks like right now.
Hope for the best right now with him. You'll see at the end if we have that replay, he gets kind of hit. The defender trying to get to him as he goes into the end zone, takes a shot right there.
Yeah,
lower leg. So you hope best for him. Maybe just kind of a stinger there, but you saw him punch the ground.
Yeah, I won't speculate on the severity because obviously I don't know, but I do know right away it's not the same type of thing we've seen.
I believe he see him punching the ground. Not happy there.
Yeah, you hope for the best for that. Yep. He is walking off here.
You see him grimacing there.
Yeah, I can't tell how much.
You see him pumping the crowd.
By the way, how about that from that young man? The student section for North Gwinnett's right across his field of vision, and so he kind of pumps them up there. So that's a nice thing to see. And now he's walking more. So perhaps the visual you want to see to let you know that maybe Lafayette's going to be okay. What an impressive young man he's been already tonight.
Nice drive there by North Gwinnett to answer, come right back down the field.
So Constantine Dallas will come on and try the PAT. And it is good. And our new score is now 14-6.
Get Lafayette 9 rushes for 79 yards. Brandon, he's averaging almost 9 yards per carry.
Yeah, so when you've got that and you've got what Hall has done on the ground, you don't really need much else. They do have a touchdown throw today, but when you have to think about quarterback run and obviously tailback run, it gets really tough to stop at a certain point. We'll see our drive summary here. Scoring recap brought to you by Breda Pass Management. 7 plays, 80 yards, 347. Lafayette, the 18-yard score at the end there. And, you know, there's a degree to which what Hall and Lafayette are doing right now, that just extra bodies up near the line of scrimmage, that's not going to stop it because it's obviously, it's about quickness and elusiveness and making men miss. We'll see offensively here now what McEachern does as a response to this. Kareem Reed settling into his second season. He says he feels comfortable that kids know more about the expectations they have for the program.
Yes.
They're more comfortable in the scheme now. You get to start building and adding on that.
I tell you, man, I don't want to put any pressure on him, and he's got enough there in McEachern, big time program. But I said it, man. I said it as soon as he got this job. This guy at some point is going to get McEachern in that state championship game and see if they can finish one off. I truly believe that before he leaves here, he's going to have McEachern into that type of that type of player.
He was working in the SEC. I mean, he left the SEC, left Florida to come to McEachern to give you an idea of how the McEachern job is valued across our state. You see Bell carrying Braxton Kyle there to wrap him up, the big 6'4", 305-pounder. And I think you said this a little earlier, North Gwinnett always has these like really good defensive linemen.
I swear. Every time I go over there, they're like, hey, you see Braxton Kyle and Thunderbird? Yeah. Well, here's our next two. You see that 6'3" freshman? I'm like, yeah, okay.
Well, the Gwinnett Daily Post had a story the other day that Cole Thunderbird was quoted in. He kind of gave a lot of credit to R.J. Luke, the defensive line coach there, that these guys are getting coached up. There's a reason why there's year after year after year of quality play with defensive linemen. He credited Coach Luke making that happen. Throwback here to Scott. Scott wrapped up right away. Really impressive that time once again by Chandler Jordan.
They are playing man up right now defensively. They are man on man right now.
So if Jordan can Jordan's a good prospect in his own right, but if you're going to lock down Scott in a man-to-man situation, that's going to give North Gwinnett a lot of freedom defensively all season long.
Do whatever you want to with those backers. You see that motion a while ago, had a backer run with him that tipped you off there at man-to-man coverage.
Handoff this time going to go the way of Campbell. Campbell can't get free over there either. That's going to bring up 4th down.
See Whedon right there, the Arkansas State commit. He closes from his position. I'm telling you, man, North Gwinnett is flying. I mean, this isn't a program under the radar, but it's flying under the radar right now with other names being mentioned.
So keep in mind now, that's your two starting cornerbacks right there. Previous play, you're talking about, Jordan,
in coverage,
kind of winning a battle against Nayland Scott, a 4-star wide receiver. On the other side, a running back that's got 1,000 offers, Malachi Whedon, your other cornerback, goes up and wraps him up for a tackle. Pretty impressive back-to-back sequence there from the two North Gwinnett cornerbacks. Low snap, bounced on the ground. Ball may have been touched. It's a short punt nonetheless, kind of rolling back and taking a little bit of a bulldog roll before finally dropped down there. Brad Menhorn to prevent even more of a bulldog roll. And so it's going to be good field position here for North Gwinnett and a pretty important defensive sequence, at least as much as the first half can provide here with 3:20 remaining in the second quarter for McEachern. You don't want the deficit to grow from where it is right now.
Yeah, big defensive stand right here. 3 minutes left to go. That's a great job by that punter to get short hop that snap and able to get it off. See what they do at running back. Who do they bring in here? Can't see the number beside Hall. That's your jersey.
That's going to be Khalil Mazzoni, I believe. It's also Bookman in motion. Hall going to dump it off over there. Caught the 40-yard line, then big hit once again by Brad Menhorn.
Man, you have the entire playbook with Hall.
Yeah, that's Max Patterson, the tight end, who makes the catch there.
You can run anything you want with this quarterback right now.
Yeah, he's in full control of this offense. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Got 8 on first down. Handoff, moving the pile and getting a brand new set of downs here coming for the Bulldogs. Mazzoni on the carry. Actually, that's Lafayette back in the game. No.
Nope. It's number 9.
Yeah, it's Mazzoni. That's right.
Yep. Somebody is on the bicycle on the North Gwinnett side. I'm not sure if that's Lafayette or not, but the way he fist pumped, maybe he's trying to come back in.
Hall fakes the handoff. Now to throw, middle of the field. Open diving attempt. Not able to come up with it. Bookman tried to extend himself, could not connect. He's going to have a little fun after it's over with.
What a read, though. That was the place to throw it. Watch him go through his progressions. One, look right, comes back to this ball. Just missed him in that hole against the zone coverage. Good job protection again.
2nd and 10. It'll be a lone receiver on the bottom of your screen, left side of the formation. Jaden James, the defensive back from McEachern, now creeps back up on him. And now North Gwinnett's going to call another timeout.
Timeout, North Gwinnett. Second charge, timeout of the half.
This is our third game of the day. It'll be the first of two that Rusty and I'll get a chance to do with you. The nightcap later on this evening sees Douglas County, a team fresh off a state semifinal appearance in 6A a year ago, with aspirations perhaps for more than that this season against the reigning 3A state champions in Cedar Grove, but also a brand new look Saints team with a new head coach in Roderick Moore, and obviously a team that's been hit pretty hard with some player transfers. And so the Cedar Grove team we'll see a little bit later on tonight a lot different maybe than what we initially thought it might.
Yeah, I mean, we signed this deal, in January, February. Here's what I'm confident about with Cedar Grove. The culture there, physicality, speed, it's going to be there. It's going to be new names. Who's going to be those new guys? Obviously, Douglas County, you start talking about headliners and 6A favorites. They are a team just as good as anybody in the state of Georgia, any class. So excited to see them. Love me some Johnny White, great guy. Sent me a text last night about Kaylee, and just a class guy that I've known for a long time. He knows what he's trotting out here tonight to put on paper for the entire country to watch. But excited for Cedar Grove. See what they got tonight.
Loaded question, but is there a team with better collection of wide receivers than Douglas County?
It'd be hard to argue that.
That's
Hall.
Hall again, yeah.
Yep, great read there.
On the second down carry, down to the 31. 2 minutes now in our first half. So McEachern's a play away from forcing a fourth down, which would be a big deal for them, trailing by a touchdown here. A touchdown plus a PAT, of course. Our 2-point conversion, I mean to say. Power set here from North Gwinnett. Hall fakes it, rolls right, not going to throw. Looking for a guy, and it's a fight for a football. And it's a good play defensively to break that one up. Chance at an interception for Austin Brown, but nonetheless, he's able to knock the football down and force a fourth down, which the Indians desperately needed.
Talking about closing on a ball, Hall let this one float just a little bit, and watch the speed of number 2. Little bootleg come back with a flood route to the right. Left it hang just a little bit. And Brown comes up, knocked that down. Nice play by McEachern defense to force this 4th and 3 and this field goal attempt. It's a long one here, Brandon.
Yeah, it is a long one. You're going to call this like 47 yards. Dallas just going to be a little short.
To the right as well.
Yeah, and off to the right. I think they may have brought Cole Funderburg may have been the intended target on that.
Yep.
Kind of a different look for North Gwinnett offensively, but McEachern snuffed it out, and the Indians get the ball back. So they got 84 seconds and decent field position after the miss.
Tried to sneak him in from that tight end position on a little corner route backside coming off that play action, and just floated it enough for Brown to come over to make that stop.
And for now, it appears the day is going to belong to Zaylen Bell at quarterback for the Indians. He's back in. He's got 80 yards to go here. Setting up a screen, and it's intercepted. And running inside the 10-yard line. Braxton Kyle gets the pick. And just like that, the Bulldogs have come up huge defensively.
First of all, big man's got some mitts on him, but the play was made. Watch how quick Funderburg gets in and causes pressure and forces this ball, forces Bell to throw up before he wants to. See how quick Funderburg's there? He's going to try to dump it off, but man, Kyle just steps in front of that running back. Look at big man rumble right here.
I mean, that is defensive line teach tape right there. When you
look at it, and he's coming back in.
He's going to come in there and be a part of this offensive line now.
Got those Georgia gloves on. You never know what happens. Hey, I don't. But that sometimes people play into that. Rutgers commit with some Georgia gloves on, reset offer. But you see him lining up. Hey, you make interception, guess what? Go back to guard.
That's exactly right.
Good job, big man.
Yeah, get back out there.
Get back out there in your stance and maul someone. But I'm telling you, he's going to talk about that. I don't care where his career is. He's going to talk about that play for the rest of his life.
Powers is set again here for North Gwinnett. Mazzoni gets the handoff. He picked up 2 to the 4. We're in the red zone here, by the way, too. brought to you by IBEW Local 613. Also, you know, you are someone who has obviously covered recruiting for a long time. I'm someone who follows recruiting, big difference. Those of us who follow recruiting will tell you is that we oftentimes sort of think that gear can be a little bit of a misleading false positive.
Not
that,
anymore.
that it's one of those things where, like, you know, sometimes the gear is not quite the smoking gun that you think it might be.
A prime example last week, today, congratulations to Tennessee, got one of the top tackles in America, David Sanders, verbally committed to them. Well, last week he goes and takes all his senior photo shoots. He's in Ohio State sleeve, got Ohio State gloves. The Buckeyes fans are going nuts on social media. A week later, he's a Tennessee Volunteer.
Well, the old message board line there is you wear it one more time before you throw it away.
Yes, right.
We saw Juju Lewis wear the Georgia towel last year, the game we did for him.
Right.
Hall throwing to the end zone.
Good coverage.
Ronning the intended target.
I tell you, man, if they can hold him to a field goal attempt right here.
Caden Battle had the coverage on that for running that time. Yeah, the McEachern defense has stood up here and kept the team in the game. Eight seconds left in the half, by the way. Kaylee Manziel, speaking of her, Russ, you mentioned her a moment ago. We'll hear more from her coming up here in a couple of minutes as she mans the host position.
Proud of her. She took a shot. I.J. Rosenberg just texted me and said, man, your daughter's tough.
Hall handoff.
Good job.
McEachern gets the stop.
Wow.
With 3 seconds to go, they have bowed their back and gotten a stop.
What a way to finish a half defensively. Look at the penetration on this left side of your screen. Number 15, I believe.
I think they stripped the ball.
There's Makai Rowe, the linebacker.
Number 8, 9, good job. Kareem Reed's got to love that. Just want to run a play and get out of this half and finish off the momentum of that defensive stand. And this is different. This is a different package now without Lafayette.
That's right. So you presume here that McEachern's just going to try to
and from a
get
shotgun,
out
this makes
of
me so nervous from a shotgun.
A different world
the
we live in.
old head of me, this makes me so nervous.
Yeah, different world we live in the world of football these days. But you presume they just want out of the end zone and get on to the second half here. They will hand the ball straight up the middle, though. And Jerrion Campbell will end it. And it's the McEachern.
That's the end of the first half.
Defense, that's the story. They, at the shadow of their own goal line, get a stop on fourth down. They keep the score where it is, 14-6. A big battle between a couple of heavyweights right now. Fun second half on the way. But we've got you a halftime show prior to that. See you right after this on
Introducing
Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic, Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
One with pico and creamy chipotle ranch, and the other with bacon and avocado ranch. Chicken experts since 1990. Taco experts since now. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
The Georgia Sheet Metal JATC provides apprentices with free training and careers that are stable and essential to the operation of the modern world. Both craft jobs and management positions offer lucrative pay with benefits as well as the stability of a growing industry. Skilled journeymen in the sheet metal industry are essential to our community now and in the future. Learn more about free technical training with no student debt at our website, careersinsheetmetal.com.
We saw some squirrels were trying to get into the attic. I hear those squirrels still scampering through because I didn't go through those services initially.
Our job is to go up there and figure out where they're getting in and trap and remove and get those unwanted guests out. But then the next big step is not just seal the entry point where the critter got in, but seal the entire roof line. The most common mistake is only sealing the entry point you see.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Zaxby's new chicken finger tacos. One's smothered with creamy chipotle ranch, and one's got avocado ranch with bacon. Chipotle, avocado, chipotle, avocado. Deciding is hard, so just get both. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic is sponsored by the Mechanical Trades Institute, the best kept secret everyone should know about. Sports Turf. You bring the vision, we'll bring it to life. The Georgia Sheet Metal and Air Conditioning Contractors Association. CareersInSheetMetal.com. Building a solid future. Deer Park. Visit DeerParkWater.com to nominate your team for the Deer Park Team of the Week all season long. And by the Georgia Army National Guard. Live here, serve here, work here.
And welcome all to the halftime show brought to you by Sports Turf. It's time for our head coaches interview presented by Inglet and Stubb. I'm Kaylee Mansell, and I'm joined by Cedar Grove head coach Roderick Moore and Douglas County head coach Johnny White. Coach Moore, I want to come to you first. This is your first year as Cedar Grove's head coach. What were the early realizations you made, not just about the team, but the community as a whole?
Well, one thing I learned about the community, I'm already from the east side, but just that how hard they work with limited resources. So our kids are very hungry, no matter what the circumstances is, no matter what adjustments that they had to face, they always find a way to come through.
And Coach White, last year your team made the semifinals. What experiences were gained through that run?
First of all, I'd like to thank God for having us here. But the experience we gained was we realized that we got to outwork yesterday. That's our slogan. And even though we had a great year, we know we got to be better. I tell them all the time, you can no longer sneak up on nobody. You are now the 100. You're no longer the 100. Yeah. So I'm excited about what we got this year. All
right, Coach, it's your first Corky Kell. Take it all in. What are your immediate thoughts on playing the biggest stage in high school football?
Well, first of all, we're honored to be a part of this along with Douglas County. Great opponent to go against two teams that are state championship bound or trying to get there again. So at the end of the day, I'm just enjoying the atmosphere, getting ready for this game. It's here.
Coach White, you had a dominant team last year, but what excites you about this year's team?
I think the thing that excites me the most is the togetherness. Yeah. They love each other. And I think as long as they love each other, it's good to play hard for yourself, but it's even better when you play harder for your teammates. So I'm more concerned about that. As long as they play hard for each other, I think we'll have a good season.
Coaches, I'm not supposed to usually say stuff like this, but this is the matchup all week that I've been the most excited for. I can't wait to see y'all get out there. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the McEachern Band presented by Deer Park. Seriously, coaches, I have had it so good.
Hold on one second. Go on first.
Mr. Bradley.
Looking for a reason to try the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5.
So much.
That's everything you get with the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's.
I'm Judge Hatchett, and I am here to tell you that when tragedy strikes, you need our experienced law firm.
Hiring the wrong attorney can get you a lower settlement than you deserve, and that's a fact.
That's why you need the Lions of Stewart Miller Simmons trial attorneys on your case.
If you or a loved one has suffered a personal injury or wrongful death,
Call us at 404 Law Firm or smstrial.com.
Set the record. The biggest WNBA game in Atlanta history. The Atlanta Dream look to even the score against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Get your tickets to the biggest Dream game of the year and see why the WNBA is taking the nation by storm. Don't be left out when State Farm sells out. Monday, August 26th. Grab the hottest ticket in town now at dream.wnba.com.
Hi, I'm Peyton Manning, and I'm partnering with the American Red Cross this year to tackle blood shortages. Giving blood's important because every 2 seconds, someone actually needs blood, and unfortunately, only like 3% of the U.S. population donates. So we have to step up to give and to make sure there's plenty of blood available for those in need. Visit redcrossblood.org to get in the game and make an appointment to give.
Want to see a little bit of this? A little bit of that? Well, now's your chance. For the first time in 40 years, Harlem Globetrotters show up their skills live on TV. The Harlem Globetrotters, live Sunday at 7, only on Peachtree TV. Woo!
And welcome back to the Halftime Show, brought to you by Sports Turf. I'm Kaylee Mansell, and I'm joined by Bob Bradley of the Mechanical Contractors Association. What sort of job opportunities does the MCA have currently?
Yeah, our contractors are looking for young people that are interested in plumbing, pipe fitting, welding, and HVAC. They'll be a member of Local 72, and anybody wants to work hard, we've got a great career for them.
And for those that want to find out more, I understand you have some sort of like informational webinar that they can join. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, we started Next Steps webinars about 5 years ago. We're sponsored by MCAG, also the Electrical Contractors Association. Actually, the Georgia National Guard is part of our sponsors, and we go into school systems and we talk about all the opportunities after high school not being traditional college. And it's real informational. It's free to parents, it's free to students, and it's free to school systems. And it's very informative, and it gives them a chance to talk to individual employers looking to hire.
And what's the feedback from parents been like about your seminar?
It's been great. I mean, the ones that, you know, parents at 6 o'clock, they get home from work, maybe they don't want to come, maybe they do, but when they do, they really walk away with a lot of information and really appreciative of what we're doing for them.
We've got a lot of solid athletes behind us, but not all of them will go to play at the collegiate level. In fact, they could end up coming to the Mechanical Contractors Association. What sort of characteristics of an athlete make them a good employee?
Well, you know, just like the athletes, the cheerleaders, the band members, they're all disciplined, they're all hardworking, they show up every day, and that's what we're looking for our employees.
And for those at home who might want to find out more, where do they go?
Well, they can go to Future in Piping to find out about the Mechanical Contractors Association, Local 72, and to find out more about our webinar, they can go to nextstepswebinars.org.
Mr. Bradley, it's been a pleasure to not only interview you once this week, but twice.
Well, just be careful of flying footballs, please.
That is a lesson that we can all learn something from. Thank you, guys. We'll have more coming up right after the break.
It's hot at Matthews Kia of Cartersville, so we are having a hot sales event. We have great selections of 2024 and 2025 new vehicles. Lease the 2025 Kia Carnival LX $429 for 24 months, the 2024 Kia Sportage LX $289 for 24 months, or the 2024 Kia Telluride S just $379 for 24 months. Hurry, because prices are in your favor right now. Don't forget, Matthews Kia of Cartersville is home to the lifetime warranty. Come see us today. All roads lead to Matthews Kia of Cartersville.
You ever seen this? You ever seen that? You ever seen the Harlem Globetrotters live on TV? Well, now's your chance. For the first time in 40 years, the Harlem Globetrotters are showing off their skills right in your living room. Don't miss a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and don't miss whatever they call that move. The Harlem Globetrotters, live Sunday at 7, only on Atlanta's own Peachtree TV. Yeah, baby.
Okay, going back to one.
This industry is my life. The Georgia film industry feeds my children, and it feeds my dreams, which are two very important things. The film community is a real vital ecosystem. You can make a living in it in an incredible town.
real jobs, real impact. Support Georgia Films. Visit whygeorgia.com.
Here's to the legends of the game who paved the way for the stars of today.
Get out of his way!
Origin Sports showcases sports history that is as relevant today as it was in the past. We deliver the stars, stories, moments, and games that define the very essence of sports.
Touchdown! Take on! Hammer time!
Because when you celebrate the past, you embrace the future. Origin Sports. Run it back.
Make yourself known now!
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
And welcome back to the Halftime Show, brought to you by Sports Turf. I'm Kaylee Mansell, and I have the honor to be sitting with Sheriff Craig Owens of the Cobb County Sheriff's Department, as well as our current reigning Sheriff Cup winners and their head coach. I just want to come to you first. How incredible was it to know that it was your county team that got to take home the Sheriff's Cup?
Awesome. What a great feeling. These young men played their heart out over the weekend, represented Cobb County very well, and I'm so proud of them and the coach as well.
Did you get to brag on your team to the other counties that were involved?
Yeah, I gave the other sheriffs a lot of bad talking about this win because we didn't win it last year, but we came back and redeemed ourselves and had a great game.
And Coach, you guys won, but you're still practicing, still have more games left to go. What was practice like immediately following the win?
Practice was pretty intense. How y'all feel about practice, fellas? Good. Yeah, we had a lot of motivation having a successful Sheriff Cup this year, and we had a jamboree right after that, so we just getting ready for the season.
Hey, I hope to see all of them playing in this event one day.
Absolutely.
All right, I want to come back to you. I want to talk a little bit about why we put on the Sheriff's Cup. Yes, it's great football, great to highlight the kids, but there's something more important about it, a bigger purpose. What is that?
It is. That bigger purpose for us is really to prevent bullying and gangs violence in our schools. And what better way to start with our youth, particularly in our middle schools.
Mm-hmm.
And these young men behind us just is a prime example of what we can do when we do things the right way.
Mm-hmm.
So by us helping and preventing those things in schools, in our community in Cobb County, throughout the state of Georgia, is phenomenal.
Coach, I'm going to give you the last question here. If you could tell everyone at home one thing about this group of young men right here, what would it be?
Hey, this is a special group. Their season last year didn't end the way they wanted it to happen. So this year, our goal is to finish. That's what we talked about after the Sheriff Cup. We're going to finish. We're going to finish every single solitary game we play. Ain't that right, fellas? Yes, sir.
Can I get a Go Indians from everyone?
Go Indians.
On three. Indians on me. Indians on me. Indians on three. 1, 2, 3.
Indians! All right, and there you have it, our Sheriff Cup winners from this year, along with Sheriff Craig Owens. So great to have them back. Bright futures ahead for these young men. Guys, we've got more coming up right after the break. Hey, is the power off on this?
I don't know. Just take it off.
Safety violation, unsafe work conditions.
In the construction trades unions, safety is our highest priority, and we train you to recognize and speak out on unsafe working conditions so that everyone arrives and goes home safely. Learn about careers in construction at georgiaconstructioncareers.com.
What happens after you graduate? Will you go to the next level? Will people have your back in the heat of the battle? Will you still train like a champion in pursuit of greatness? You will when you become an IBEW electrician. Join our team. Visit IBEW613.org.
Are you interested in becoming a deputy or a jailer? The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office is hiring and looking for individuals passionate about protecting and serving their community. If you are 18 years or older, join our team by visiting gogcso.com for more information. Gwinnett County, together we can make a difference.
For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
Awkward. I mean, the mic.
Okay, and we are back with the halftime show brought to you by Sports Turf. It is time for our halftime guest, presented by the Georgia Army National Guard. I'm joined by Master Sergeant Ricardo Junco. You guys have been a longtime partner of high school sports. Why is that relationship so important?
Yeah, the Georgia Army National Guard feels good about working in partnership with Corky, Kell, and Dave Hunter Classic. We love supporting our local sports teams, high school faculty. We know what it's like to be on a sports team, drive to win and work hard and get bumped up and come back into the game. That's a pillar of what it is to be a soldier in the Georgia Army National Guard.
I feel like a lot of people are familiar with the GI Bill that helps service members pay for school. Do you guys offer something similar?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, so our soldiers are able to take advantage of the GI Bill, but on top of that, there's a basic benefit to all Georgia Army National Guard soldiers in which the state of Georgia will pay 100% of their tuition to Georgia universities, colleges, technical schools. On top of that, Georgia Army National Guard soldiers get military pay. They are able to help their family members with their path to citizenship. There's health benefits like health insurance and stuff like that.
So for those at home who are interested in joining or maybe want to find out more, where can they find out more at?
Yeah, they could go to Georgia, I'm sorry. They could go to the nationalguard.com/Georgia, 1-800-GO-GUARD, fill out their information, and it will connect them directly with a local Army National Guard recruiter.
Well, we thank you for your service. Thank you so much for your partnership.
Thank you so much.
Well.
Yes, thank you.
All right, guys, the second half is about to start, so stay right where you're at. We've got more coming up right after this.
Sweetheart, please don't forget to wear your seatbelt.
I got it, Mom.
It's a really nice day, living in the right space. Breathing your grace, got me feeling some kind of way.
In the blink of an eye, so many tomorrows can disappear. Buckle up for your future, every trip, every time. A message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
Planting season is here, and it's time to give your yard the perfect touch from the professionals at Personal Touch Lawn Care. Why Personal Touch? Courteous service, attention to detail, and a desire to give you the best lawn in your neighborhood.
They have the knowledge and skills to do anything that I would need.
Call now for a 25% discount on design and consultation services.
Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you.
Personal Touch Lawn Care, 770-908-1238, or online at ptlcatlanta.com.
The Forum River Center in Rome, Georgia is now open and available for meetings and receptions. We're fully equipped for large conventions, sporting events, weddings, and much more. The Forum is located downtown within walking distance of local restaurants, hotels, and boutique shopping. We offer a variety of meeting spaces, many with beautiful river views. Outdoor venues are available for that special touch. With our adjacent parking deck and a personal concierge on site, your event is sure to be a hit. Find out more at forumrivercenter.com.
The Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic is brought to you by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. Transform your future today. And presented by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. Electrify your career.
Welcome back, everybody. A high atop Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. It's game 3 of our quartet of games on this particular Saturday, on the final day of the Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic for 2024. We expected a good one between North Gwinnett and McEachern. I'd say thus far we have it. Brandon Adams, Rusty Mansell. The first half concluding a moment ago with a massive stop defensively for the Indians, trailing by 8, not wanting to see that deficit grow, getting the stop in the back of their own end zone there and really preserving their opportunity here. What a dramatic conclusion we just saw.
Huge momentum play going into half. You know they had to put some energy into that Indians locker room. If you're North Gwinnett, you got to say, we got to finish those drives, guys.
Let's take a look at some of the stats here of note. I think one of the things that you'll immediately see is a lot of balance, with the exception of the fact that North Gwinnett has had a lot of success on the ground. A lot of that's been the quarterback, Ryan Hall. Obviously, Tommy Lafayette, the running back. He did leave the game with injury, so we'll see, how that changes things. But a lot of success with the Bulldogs on the ground.
Look at time of possession for over 14 minutes, but Tommy Lafayette was averaging almost 9 yards a carry. He got banged up on that touchdown, did not come back into the game. He was on the bike. We'll see what happens.
Let's give you some pictures here to match the numbers you just saw. Some first half highlights here. Ryan Hall there, the Georgia Tech basketball commit, the senior quarterback. Did it with his legs a lot, but on this particular throw, he's going to find Nick Bookman for the game's first touchdown, and it was a beauty.
Yeah, great job directing traffic right there. I love the read right here. Watch the defensive end crash down. 2 guys are going to tackle number 10. Watch the quarterback pull it right here. Run for a touchdown.
Halftime highlights brought to you by the Mechanical Trades Institute. That was Zaylen Bell's response. And then it was Ryan Hall's turn to come back, and this time with a handoff going to Tommy Lafayette, the Stanford commit, and he'd go 38 yards to the end zone. Actually, that's not that play. But he would have a nice gain, though.
Yeah, nice gain. And like you said, the theme of the half there was with the offensive package with both of those in. Let's see what they do now if Lafayette does not return. Obviously, Hall will continue to run the football, but it doesn't give you that dynamic threat of both those in the backfield at the same time right now, in my opinion.
And we saw Zaylen Bell here picked off Braxton Kyle, the Rutgers commit, getting in front of that and lumbering down. But that's really what set up the McEachern Indians to kind of bow their backs there, getting off the field on 4th down and justifiably celebrating that.
Love a good defensive stand. Every single yard on that football field has to matter, and McEachern protected the most important one right there to end the half.
So as you start thinking about the second half here, the story for North Gwinnett's going to be, is Lafayette able to play? And if he's not, what do they do? More Mazzoni on the ground. Do they keep finding a way to get Hall going on the ground? And on the flip side of that, for a McEachern team, I don't think there's any doubt that Nayland Scott has been the most effective playmaker today. You almost wonder if there's an opportunity to get Jerrion Campbell going, the running back.
That's the one I think you got to get him lathered up a little bit. Young man's a junior running back. Got offers. He missed the first 4 games last year with an injury. Came back, had a great offseason, picked up some offers. I think he's the guy right now you got to get going and free up some of that on Bell to allow him to do some things he does well.
Jonathan Rodriguez is going to try an onside kick to begin the half, but it's going to go out of bounds. They tried to catch North Gwinnett napping. By the way, the venue that the Atlanta Falcons play in, that play's no longer legal in the NFL. There are no more surprise onside kicks, but here in high school, we still allow that. But Rodriguez got the kind of the high bounce. It just happened to go out of bounds.
Yeah, man, it was close. Just see this bounce out of bounds. Yep. Gutsy call there.
It is. Kareem Reed trying to make something happen. Obviously trying to build off the momentum they had.
Still a possession. Still a possession. You see, listen, I guarantee you they've tried that 1,000 times in practice, and he's had a lot of success. But ball goes out of bounds.
Yes,
Lafayette's not in there from what I see right now.
That's right. Still Mazzoni in at running back. And obviously, not only if you're North Gwinnett, you get the benefit of the short kick going out of bounds, but you also get the penalty yardage on that, too. So ball will be in Indian territory to begin this possession. Mazzoni is the running back. Tight formation here for North Gwinnett. Handoff to Mazzoni. Big carry for him. He got 5 at least. Maybe even 6.
Yeah, nice run right there.
They'll give him 6, make it 2nd and 4.
Nice run there, first down. Offensive line doing a good job moving that McEachern front 4, and they pick up 6 easy yards to start the second half.
Ball sits at the 39. Another tight formation here for North Gwinnett. And near first down yardage for Mazzoni. 2 pretty successful carries for him to begin this second half. And right now, you get the impression that Eric Godfrey, the North Gwinnett coach, feels like he's got a physical advantage in the middle of the field.
Yes, he's saying, guys, let's move some bodies. We don't have to complicate this thing. Let's move some bodies up front. Let our backs do what they do. It's going to bring up a third and 1.5 probably. A little less than 2, I believe.
Yeah. Hall this time with the keeper. He got hit in the backfield. And unless it's a second effort, may have gotten it. It looked like McEachern was going to get the stop, and Hall's second effort.
They went ahead and gave it to him. I didn't go measure.
Gave it to him.
Good job there just to drive his legs because McEachern hit him short of the chain, Brandon.
They sure did. And that would have been a massive play on the heels of the 4th down stop they got on the previous possession. Instead, though, it's a fresh set of downs now for North Gwinnett. A Bulldogs team that throughout the years we've seen kind of spread out all over the place offensively. They are packed tight with kind of a bunch formation here. Both receivers inside the hashes. Hall fakes, now throws, sideline towards the end zone. It's incomplete. Caden Battle had the coverage once again, and Eric Ronning was the intended receiver.
Yeah, he's their guy. They get single man coverage. They look to the sideline. Check to that play most likely once they see the formation and expected coverage. Just unable to connect on that. But he's their guy, especially as a vertical passing threat. He's their #1 guy.
2nd and 10. Just underway, 2nd and half. Douglas County and Cedar Grove comes up tonight. There's the handoff. Mazzoni again. Boy, he's had tough runs here to begin the 3rd quarter.
Yes, he has. Including 5 more there. A little split zone action, and you see this when you take a shot on 1st down, and then you know you can get 5 on 2nd down. You're confident in those types of play calls. It'll be 3rd and 5.
On the last 3rd down, McEachern did get into the backfield.
McEachern showing a little pressure off the edge there. Zero, a name we haven't mentioned quite yet. This McEachern staff really loves him off the bottom.
Guy Hafney. Hall hit as he throws, and that's incomplete. Christian Campbell, the junior wide receiver, was there, but he had to go out of bounds trying to make the catch, and I'm going to credit some pressure from McEachern that time, preventing that completion. It looks like Hall had a couple of guys in his face as he's trying to get rid of.
Yeah, unable to set his feet. You see him trying to get up there, but was unable to follow through because of the pressure from the McEachern defensive lineman. Another long field goal attempt here. McEachern, North Gwinnett pretty confident in this.
They trust Constantine Dallas for sure. This will be 47 yards again. Low snap.
Plenty of leg.
But plenty of leg, and it's good. How about that?
Wow, nice kick.
Also, credit Sanford Holcomb, the holder.
Yes,
took the low snap and got a good hold down that gave Dallas a chance to punch that one through from 47 yards.
Man, you were spot on there, Brandon, because his mom would have been all over us on social media. He made that play, and then he made that long kick. Good job by the holder.
So North Gwinnett takes the opening possession, finds 3 points, extends the lead 17-6. McEachern responds after this.
Set the record. The biggest WNBA game in Atlanta history. The Atlanta Dream look to even the score against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Get your tickets to the biggest Dream game of the year and see why the WNBA is taking the nation by storm. Don't be left out when State Farm sells out. Monday, August 26th. Grab the hottest ticket in town now at dream.wnba.com.
I'm Judge Hatchett, and I am here to tell you that when tragedy strikes, you need our experienced law firm.
Hiring the wrong attorney can get you a lower settlement than you deserve, and that's a fact.
That's why you need the Lions of Stewart Miller Simmons trial attorneys on your case.
If you or a loved one has suffered a personal injury or wrongful death,
call us at 404 Law Firm or smstrial.com.
Oh my gosh!
World Chase Tag is the Pro League tournament for the planet's most intense new game, which takes the art of being hunted down to a whole new level. It is relentless and fiercely intense, with a chaser having just 20 seconds to get a hand on an invader.
He's done it! He has done it!
And there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Tuesdays at 7 on Peachtree Sports Network.
Okay, going back to 1.
This industry is my life. The Georgia film industry feeds my children, and it feeds my dreams, which are 2 very important things. The film community is a real vital ecosystem. You can make a living in it in an incredible town.
Real jobs, real impact. Support Georgia Films. Visit whygeorgia.com.
Welcome back, 17-6, our brand new score, and the man who made it happen is right there in the center of your screen. That's Constantine Dallas, the North Gwinnett kicker, 47 yards for him. And we'll get a chance to see that again here before he kicks us back off. Also, we credited Sanford Holcomb with a pretty good hold there to give himself a chance. That's a long kick for a high school kicker.
He had plenty of leg. You see that? That's good from 50 plus if that was 47. So he's tucked that one away.
Dallas will also boom this kick back of the end zone.
What a weapon in high school.
I mean, when you eliminate any kickoff drama, like that's like so much more
huge in
quality of life for the head coach and everybody else. When you take that element of the game out of it, by the way, 7 plays, 15 yards, setting up the Dallas 47-yard kick. Rusty, for these kickers who are kicking in a very different backdrop they normally see, normally it's just it's a Friday night light, right? It's a dark sky.
He even gave a wave right there. That's when you know you're feeling good.
I like that.
Yeah, controlled environment right here. No, don't have to worry about. Do not have to worry about the wind. Trust his snapper. Trust his placeholder.
Zaylen Bell stays in at quarterback. It's been his game all day long today. He's going to throw middle of the field. And that's a pass caught right there at the 32-yard line. There to haul that in is Cam Traylor, this top returning receiver from a year ago. Not the biggest guy, but a guy that they certainly believe can be a big part of this Indians offense here this season. First catch of the game for him.
Good throw and catch there. Move the chains. Get a little momentum going maybe on offense. See if the running game going a little bit.
It's 3 receivers here left side. It's a carry by Bell. He faked the handoff to Campbell once again, kept it himself, and got good yardage across the 40, up near the 42-yard line. Moving the chains once again.
Result of the play is a first down for your Indians.
So Bell right now appears to be settling in as the McEachern starting quarterback.
Yeah, looks a little more in command of this offense right now. Good protection up front.
He'll throw, gonna have to hurry, and down he's gonna go. Braxton Kyle is there once again.
Yeah, that internal clock has to turn it loose. You're only going to get 3 seconds. And you've got to know you have got to turn that loose. They had a good job, good protection up front, good clean pocket, but you're not going to get into that 3.5, 4 seconds ever against the North Gwinnett defense. Held on to it just a little bit long. Big Kyle comes in. My man with an interception today.
That's exactly right. So for me, the story of the game thus far, with all due respect to what Hall's done at the quarterback position, has been the play of the North Gwinnett defensive line.
Yes, look at him again. Look at this.
Yeah, they're just, big hit there.
I mean, they were ready
just
for that play.
Swarming to the football.
If they're going to have to take some shots down the field. I mean, right now, this front 7 from North Gwinnett is controlling this game.
Was completely neutralized Jarion Campbell. We've hardly called his name at all.
Yep.
As you see Andrew Gist there. Not really giving Bell a ton of time to throw.
3rd and probably 20.
Yeah, you're sitting right like 19 or 20 here. We'll see if they can buy him some time in the pocket. Pressure coming again. Bell gets free the first time, now throws off balance. Diving catch, but not able to make it.
Who goes Taylor?
Yeah, that was Taylor again. Cam Traylor tried to make something happen there, and really impressive by Bell, who was not on platform, but still got the throw away.
Immediate pressure, had to escape from the pocket, rolls to his left. He's left-handed, but a good job just to escape pressure, just to give that opportunity. But again, front 4 pressure, not a blitz. Defensive lineman
just winning battles.
Winning battles, yes, one-on-one.
Jonathan Rodriguez now to punt. Gets a high one away here. Bookman are going to come up, call for a fair catch. They're at the 36-yard line. So the North Gwinnett defense is true, and it gives the ball back over to the Bulldogs offense here.
What a great opportunity for these teams, specifically these 8 teams today, to play in this building.
I think so too.
I mean, there's only 2 opportunities to play in this building in high school. That's the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic and the state championship.
Yeah. I mean, the closest I can compare it to is that when I was in high school, or back then, you know, Georgia Tech would host like the first round of the state basketball tournament. You have a chance to play at Alexander Memorial Coliseum.
Thriller Dome.
Yeah, the Thriller Dome. Just such a different experience than anything you got, you know, in a regular gym. And this is obviously that to a much greater degree, because this is the same venue that's going to host the national championship, the Peach Bowl every year, the Falcons play here.
Super Bowls have been played here.
This is a state-of-the-art facility.
Yes.
And it's also fun, you know, you go down to the bottom of the stadium near where the locker rooms are to see the bands, the players. They're all enjoying that.
Yes.
I mean,
yep.
You really feel like you're somewhere big when you're down here.
Yep.
Hand off to Mazzoni. Yeah, boy, tough yards for him.
I was that old head. Is like, what are we doing with the? Why are we taking the Georgia Dome down?
Yeah.
And then I walked in here and I go, oh, okay. I didn't know we were upgrading like this.
I remember the first time I saw this building, and it's almost like something out of a movie or like a science fiction movie. You know, we're a little bit more used to it now, but I mean, this is still, I would put it up there with any stadium in the NFL.
And while we're talking about it, what a week for the Falcons. They're not playing around with those additions they just made.
No, I love to see that. You know, be aggressive here in the first year for Raheem Morris and give yourself a chance. And obviously, a lot of excitement about them as they continue their run through the preseason here. But speaking of runs, Mazzoni running through the McEachern defense.
Both sides of the line of scrimmage right now, North Gwinnett is starting to kind of take things over. Offensive line-wise, defensive line has done it the entire game for the most part. But this offensive line is starting to really take its toll a little bit on this McEachern front.
And let me tell you who can't stand that, former defensive lineman who's a head coach for McEachern.
Yes.
Kareem Reed. Hall now with time to throw, going to choose to run. He's dangerous when he does this.
That's what drives you nuts. I mean, you got great coverage. You think you keep him contained, and guess what? He gets 6.5.
It's demoralizing.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. Going through his progressions, left, right, clock goes off in his head, and he takes off running. He's played so much football that he knows that 3.5 seconds, 3 seconds, I've got to make a play. I either got to throw this away or take off.
If Brad Minhorn doesn't wrap him up by the leg there, that's even bigger gain than that.
Look at this run.
More room up the middle for Mazzoni inside the 25. Got 15 at least on that.
Number 13 on the carry, Evan Hawkins. Result of the play is a first down for the Bulldogs. First and 10 from the 23.
Yeah, they're really starting to establish themselves up front here. That just right up the middle. Big pop, move the chains. They are running this clock, man.
Yeah. Ticks now 4:45.
Look at the bodies
Zoni
up
again,
front.
plenty of room. Down to the 13, 10 more for him. And another first down for the Bulldogs. Winning at the line of scrimmage right now.
Watch, if we run this replay, watch everybody from North Gwinnett have contact with somebody and just moving bodies out of gaps. Nobody touched him until he was 6-7 yards down the field.
This is a McEachern team replacing its top 3 tacklers from a year ago, so still kind of finding its way around defensively. Hard count by Hall. Looked like he may have drawn McEachern off sides. They may get an easy 5 off this.
That's what happens. You start thinking like, I've got to get off the ball quicker. I got to get off the ball quicker, not thinking about that snap count. And next thing you know, you give up 5 easy. This is where Hall and his legs make it dangerous.
Hall going to roll left. Now going to throw into the end zone. And it's a touchdown. The second of the night for Nick Bookman.
To number 2. Nicholas Bookman.
Bulldogs looking strong right now.
Look at the blocking up front. Look at that. Time to flip his hips. Receiver runs just to the line. Turns around, ball's there. You got a senior quarterback right now that can run any play in the playbook, Brandon.
That's our scoring recap brought to you by Breda Pest Management. Dallas will try the extra point. He'll try to make it a 24-6 game. And when you're getting the big chunks on the ground, it's a fake. And it's going to go with, I couldn't tell if that was a low snap that had to be done that way or if it was an intentional call. But either way.
I don't know that it was intentional. He bobbled a little bit. And that's the generic fire call because the tight end runs a corner route. Is he calling it here? Let's see. He's looking to the sideline.
That's Sanford Holcomb.
Yeah, that's a normal, just a muddle huddle, they call it. He comes over.
Yeah, let's see.
He looked to the sideline a long time.
Let's see if we can follow this here.
See if 84 releases immediately. If 84 releases immediately, I would think it's a call play. We lost him in that screen.
So, okay, so that appears, that was a good snap.
Yeah.
It's an easy hold, so that appears to be either a
84.
read from Holcomb or a play they designed to run.
I think it's a play call, a design call.
Looks to be that way, and it's a 2-point conversion for North Gwinnett. Everything going right for the Bulldogs right now. They're up 25-6.
Dang, where you get this car?
You need to join the union.
The union?
Absolutely. You can get 10 of these.
Union construction workers earn the highest wages with the best benefits and the most protection in the construction industry. Find your career in construction. Go to GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com and start your future today.
Beginning the morning you opened your eyes, we spent every waking moment preparing you for the day you'd leave our nest. Whether it's driving to practice or helping with homework, it's all prepared you for, what am I going to be when I grow up? Will you be ready?
After much thought, I made my decision to take my talents to the IBEW Local 613.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers is not simply a job, it's a career. Visit IBEW613.org to begin a new future today.
Great teams are committed, focused on the details, and work hard to be their best. From practice to games, right down to their gear. Your field is a critical part of the game that allows your athletes to showcase their athletic abilities. Sports Turf is committed to bringing your team innovative sports surfaces with unparalleled performance. You bring the vision. Our team brings it to life.
Mechanical contractors in Georgia need workers that are highly skilled and reliable to maintain quality and efficiency in their projects. The Mechanical Trades Institute is an apprenticeship program that trains pipe fitters, plumbers, welders, and mechanical service technicians for our contractors to exceed the expectations of our customers. Visit our website to learn more about training at the Mechanical Trades Institute.
GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic is sponsored by Georgia's Rome, where the rivers meet and the mountains begin. The Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Seatbelts save lives. The Governor's Office of Highway Safety reminds you to buckle up before every trip. The Georgia Elite Classic, Georgia's largest all-star games. And by Breda Pest Management, the official pest control of Atlanta.
And everything's working for the Bulldogs right now, up 25-6 after faking a PAT a moment ago to get the 2-point conversion. North Gwinnett well in control of this one here at the moment. 4:08 to go, third quarter of play. Brandon Adams, Rusty Manziel. Kaylee Manziel is in our host position. A long way away from us here at the TV booth at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Dallas's kickoff, as it has all night, heads towards the back of the end zone. And now McEachern comes back out on offense. Really need to try to make something happen here. Having a hard time right now.
Yeah, they've got to block the front four.
With the North Gwinnett defensive line. And, you know, this is one of those areas where McEachern's also having to replace some guys. They lost 3, you know, kind of like all region type level, you know, offensive linemen from a year ago. And so, you know, the anchor for that offensive line right now, Paul Bowling, the left guard, that's a guy on his way to Troy. Obviously trying to build around him at the moment. And you see Bell
looking it over. I mean, they're not sure. They're playing 4-2-5. I mean, they got 6 in the box. It would tell you to run the football here.
Bell will throw it instead, though, towards the sideline. Tackled right there at the 25-yard line. That's another big play by Chandler Jordan.
Well, the numbers there have been telling them to run the football. They've just been unable to run against that box. That's a good-looking defensive back right there.
Yeah, pass breakup by Jordan. Got 17 offers, the likes of Auburn and Duke and South Carolina and Tennessee. His former safety now playing cornerback. Bell now in trouble again, and he throws it. It's caught by Traylor at the 26. So that'll make it 3rd and about 5 now coming up. Bell was off balance when he made the throw and kind of into traffic.
We're up 3rd and 5.
Yeah.
4-2-5 again. 5 defensive backs showing a little bit of pressure. Jake Godfrey is coming.
Bell runs an option play. Big hit there at the 29. And that may have been enough to stop him about a half-yard short.
Run on defense. They close quickly.
So Campbell, no, they're going to give it to him. Yeah, they're going to say he had it. I thought he might have been stopped a half-yard short.
I couldn't see, yeah, on the sideline when it closed off the view. But good job to convert there on 3rd and 5. Good call.
Yeah, Campbell gets some big yards there. The 3-star running back who's, you think, in line for a pretty big season here for McEachern.
Man-to-man, see that motion, and 3 went with him.
Bell now looking, going to crank it up and throw it deep. He's got a guy there. Not able to connect, though, with Xavion Harris, the intended target, the junior wide receiver.
And you talk about being a recent transfer quarterback into this program. That's a timing route. Those are things as the season goes on that could cost you 6. They recognize it too. The guy comes in motion, tips him, it's man-to-man. He knows he's got one-on-one on the outside. He takes that shot.
Perhaps a little bit of an adjustment too, just given what has not worked against North Gwinnett as of late. Bell looking to throw again, middle of the field and over the head of his intended target, Noah Brown. Brown probably had a step.
Had a step on him. And again, another one of those like timing routes.
McEachern last year started 0-4, won 7 of their final 8, and won a region championship. Reed has won 4 region titles in his last 6 years as a head coach. Now Bell running, and he stays on his feet down the sideline. They're going to say he went out of bounds. But it's first down yardage and a lot more, and Bell wasn't so sure he stepped out, but they say he did at the Bulldog 49.
I love the athleticism here. Play breaks down, pocket pressure. What a pickup by number 10.
Yeah, that's Jarion Campbell showing he can be a blocker too.
And tuck that ball away, tuck it away. Does he go out of bounds? Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah. Just barely though.
Barely, he did go out of bounds.
The McEachern fans don't think so, but the replay.
We got a little better view than that. He was out of bounds, but still a good play. Move the chains.
McEachern fans not too happy about it. Bell gonna fake the handoff, keeping himself, got some room, 35, down to about the 33. 16 on the carry for Bell.
Now we got something working here in a run game. Tell you, Jarion number 10, mess his name up with about 18 times. Jarion Campbell today. That play before, that pass pro, he picked up that blitzing backer. You want to talk about being able to play on the next level? You got to be able to do that.
College scout's going to see that, right?
They don't love that. We got to play her down. gives Bell a time to catch his breath. Showing a few things in the run game. North Gwinnett obviously trying to change some things up.
While we have an injured North Gwinnett player. Actually, we'll take a break here and we'll give you an update on the injury after this here.
If you like to do this, or that, or even that, and you want to get back at it, we've got your back. Or your shoulder, or your hip, or your knee. The sports medicine specialists at Emory Healthcare treat more world-class, professional, and college-level athletes than anyone else in the state. We'll treat you like a pro and get you back in play.
Are you interested in becoming a deputy or a jailer? The Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office is hiring and looking for individuals passionate about protecting and serving their community. If you are 18 years or older, join our team by visiting gogcso.com for more information. Gwinnett County, together we can make a difference.
Are you ready for some football? Woo! Baby, right here, TOW, right here, Kell Grange. Guess what, guys? It's Cavalier Day. Here at Kell Grange, we support all of our high school athletics. As a special kickoff offer, you can score big savings on all of our new Kia models. Also, all of our community around here, we support our low economy. Hey, T. Wiggins, you go get them, boys. Go Cavaliers. Good luck to you and your favorite team. Go Cavs.
25-6 is our score. North Gwinnett over McEachern. We'll get right back to the action after this. But first, a reminder about MC's Heating and Air. Dedicated to addressing any issues with your HVAC system. Committed to achieving 100% customer satisfaction, which means they prioritize your comfort throughout the year. Our team comprises highly skilled technicians who are qualified at ensuring your home remains cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Rest assured, your comfort is our business. That's MC's Heating and Air. Great to have them as part of our Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic. And obviously, we're thrilled to have all of you with us here today there as well. On first down now, Bell going to crank it up and throw towards the end zone. It's a diving catch, and it's a touchdown. Xavion Harris hauls it in from 25 yards out.
Brandon, we talk about this a lot. Coming out of a timeout, coming out of a commercial break, it's almost like a basketball play. They come right back to that throw. They missed 2 plays earlier. He was unable to connect. This time he comes right back to him and hits him on the money.
That's our electrifying play of the half, brought to you by IBEW Local 613. I also shortchanged him by a few yards. Let's call that a 33-yard touchdown pass.
Came right back to it.
And McEachern will keep the offense on the field going for 2. Bell now gets in the empty backfield. He's going to have to run. Now he's going to throw it up, and it's caught. And give him 2 more. Noah Brown brings it in.
Tell you what, man, Bell is starting to feel it. He's starting to make plays, starting to get a little more comfortable. Watch him flip his hips right here and just dump this ball. Sees his guy late.
Yeah, I mean, if you're McEachern, you feel like a lot has gone against you, and yet a couple of plays here, and all of a sudden with, you know, more than 14 minutes of total game time still left, you're kind of right back there in it.
Absolutely. What an answer there by McEachern.
And what it does, Rusty, is it kind of, for the first time today, kind of puts North Gwinnett in a situation where you sort of feel like, okay, now we need to do something with this drive. Either chew up some clock or find some more points. All of a sudden now, North Gwinnett not playing with as comfortable of a lead. By the way, let me also update you. We went to break a moment ago It was Ethan Robinson, the linebacker from North Gwinnett, that had to be helped off the field there. We'll try to see if we can see him back in the game at some point in time. And keep in mind, it's already been a costly day for the Bulldogs on the injury front. Running back Tommy Lafayette left the game after a touchdown in the first half. We haven't seen him since then. Here's Rodriguez's kick, going to go out of bounds though, right there around the 6-yard line. So that's going to give North Gwinnett some extra yardage.
Green Reed is not going to like that.
35, first down.
Yeah, he's going to look for his kicker, and he called him out. Credit to 84 because he went about 3 rows deep, hoping Coach Reed wasn't going to find him.
He's going to go try to hide on the back of the sideline.
Smart man. Let me ease on back here toward the tent a little bit.
Yeah, Kareem Reed is not exactly the kind of person I necessarily want to confront if Reed was in a bad mood because of something I had done.
Yeah.
As you see rolling down there in the Breda Pass Management score ticker, big win last night for the reigning 7A state champions Milton, now in 5A, which is now the second lowest classification in Georgia, over Buford.
Great game. Matt Stewart, our buddy, just called 2 games before. Got off the air last night, probably close to 1 a.m. and hopped back in here at 10 a.m. this morning, was going. Then he gets a 4-hour game in the second game, by the way.
That's right. I think Houston County and Alfred are still passing.
They're still passing.
They're
on the parking lot.
Stadium.
They're playing 7-on-7 in the parking lot. What a performance by Jeremy Edwards and Houston County Bears. They are going to be a threat.
They're in a very tough region, but man, they're going to be a very tough out. And here are the Indians in the backfield defensively. Jaden Gurley among the first in on that stop. Dorbean Fleetwood also letting them hear it a little bit.
Yeah, give McEachern a little bit. You gave him some rest. A long drive for a touchdown. You give them some energy. Hey, offense score for us. We got to do something right here.
Lost 2 on that play. McEachern's got a little blood flowing today in a way they probably have not all day long. Hall will now throw, pass complete at the 39-yard line. That was Campbell, Christian Campbell, the junior wide receiver. All right, 3rd and 6 now. McEachern putting 7 guys right there at the line of scrimmage.
They're straight man-to-man, single high safety. Let's see if they run a rub route, something here, but they are showing man-to-man.
Top of the screen.
See that?
Is going to be Ronning.
They move the slot guy.
Hall rolls his way, now looks back left. Now pressure's coming. Hall just had to get rid of it. And McEachern's forced to 4th down.
Man, he missed it. They had a number 2. You see him holding his hands up. They run a switch route, basically, and number 2 comes clean, but Hall, with pressure, couldn't see him. They move him into the slot, and he comes off the wide receiver's hip, and he's open. He just couldn't find him.
And I tell you, momentum
really good stop
has appeared to have stood up and walked all the way across the other side of the stadium, long as it is. Now resting, at least for the moment, on the McEachern sideline here.
O-line coach there, Coach Godfrey, talking long-time offensive line coach at North Gwinnett High School.
Noah Brown is back deep to receive this punt. It's a high snap, but Dallas gets it. Actually, that's going to be Hall punting, I should say. And then the kick actually goes to Austin Brown. Brown got a couple on the return. And McEachern going to go back on offense here, right there around the 33-yard line. So we have seen a different level of comfort for Zaylen Bell here. We'll see if that continues on this next drive. But first, though, quick shout out to our friends at Breda Pest Management. You know, Breda Pest Management knows your house inside and out with a customized treatment plan that stops any bugs and critters. Breda does it right, protecting the inside and outside of your home, because it's the bugs inside your house that you want gone. Breda, they handle bugs and critters. Here's Bell, fake the option, and then spins his way to about the 37. So about 4 on first down there. Under a minute to go in our third quarter. That was that option look, but a
little speed option here.
Bell chose to keep it himself.
Good read. He's hurt him the last 2 series in the run game. That's a big dude, too, coming downhill at you at 6'4", 5.
I think I see Ethan Robinson back in the game again after he had left with injury, so that's a nice thing to be able to see. Bell's going to send Trailer in motion. Gets some protection, now rolling left. Now he's going to run, he's going to have room. Going to be right there at the first down marker, gets out of bounds, the 45. That's going to move the chains again. 14 seconds to go, third quarter of play.
He is hurting North Gwinnett right now, getting outside of the pocket.
To my eyes, Rusty, they're also blocking it up for him up front at a level in which they were not earlier.
Yep. Tell you what, we're about to find out who's in best shape early in the season, where this game's going to finish.
3 receivers right side.
Blitz, the bottom.
That's the handoff going to Campbell. Campbell, I have not called his name a ton today, but he's going to get 10 yards there, another first down.
They're going to give it to him.
Yeah, he gets driven back after. That's a lot of extracurricular stuff, but the carry itself, though, going to move the chains again. We may have another injured Bulldog down.
Is that number 3?
It appears to be. If so, that's Malachi Whedon. Very talented defensive back. He appears to be in some pain.
They blitz from the top. They run right into it. See him coming off the edge. Kyle gets enough of the jersey to hold on for his guys to get there. Let's see if Whedon comes rolling in here. Yeah, he's on the pile. Oh, he got rolled up on behind. One of his own players rolled him up.
Hate to see that for a good football player.
It amazes me that doesn't happen more.
It does.
Man.
Well, you see a lot of that with both NFL and college training camps. It's a little bit different thing, but the feet being stepped on.
Oh.
I mean, just there's such a dance going on every play, and obviously the feet, the ankles, they're just so vulnerable to injury because any big body, you know, the hard cleats, any of that. And by the way, it's great to see Whedon easily walking off here.
Good.
On the ground, it appeared that he was in a decent amount of pain, but he's able to shake that off and go off easily on his own power, which you love to see. But just to finish the point, you know, the feet, the ankles, they're just so vulnerable to injury with all of the action that takes place around them.
Makes me nervous, those wide receivers that are blocking, engaged, and they don't realize the running back's coming up behind them. The next thing you know, he gets tackled and rolls you up.
So this may be the final play of the third quarter.
So it means they're going to bring in a new defensive back. Let's see if they take a shot on somebody else. They don't let the quarter in.
So we are set up for what appears to be a pretty fascinating final quarter. It's been all North Gwinnett for most of the day, but McEachern trying to do something about that with 12 minutes remaining. We'll be right back after this.
You ever seen this? You ever seen that? You ever seen the Harlem Globetrotters live on TV? Well, now's your chance. For the first time in 40 years, the Harlem Globetrotters are showing off their skills right in your living room. Don't miss a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and don't miss whatever they call that move. The Harlem Globetrotters, live Sunday at 7, only on Atlanta's own Peachtree TV. Yeah, baby.
Hi, I'm Drew Tutton with Tutton Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, always known as Jasper Jeep. I want to invite everyone to come experience the difference in Jasper, Georgia. This year, for the first time, we have 2.9% financing for 84 months and no payments for 90 days. Drive home today in a brand new 2024 Ram 1500 as little as $37,995. Brand new 2024 Jeep Wrangler for as little as $36,995. Make this a summer event at Tutton Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Here's to the legends of the game who paved the way for the stars of today.
Get out of his way.
Origin Sports showcases sports history that is as relevant today as it was in the past. We deliver the stars, stories, moments, and games that define the very essence of sports.
Touchdown! Hammer time!
Because when you celebrate the past, you embrace the future. Origin Sports. Run it back.
We are back, fourth quarter set to begin. McEachern on a drive, and obviously points here would be huge as they try to inch closer. Bulldogs have led throughout the entirety of the day. Valen Bell in his first start as the McEachern quarterback. Takes the snap. Got time to throw, and he's going to throw deep into double coverage, and he's there for the touch. No, could not hold on. I thought Xavier Harris had it, but could not hold on.
He tracks this thing all the way to the end, just unable to finish it against double coverage.
And if you're paying attention to the game within the game, one thing to note, Bell had plenty of time to throw right there.
Yes,
McEachern is finding some success up front at the moment.
It's been a minute since we've called Funderburk's name.
2nd and 10 now. Bell setting up now a screen. He'll fake the throw, keep it himself, and run. First down yardage, still on his feet, down the sideline, 10, 5 to say went out of bounds. But a big gain for Bell nonetheless at the 8-yard line. 38 yards on the carry.
Man, he has come alive with his legs. Made a couple of really good throws this half, but he has hurt North Gwinnett in the run game. This was going to be a screenplay. You're right. He's going to dump it to 10. Good job there by London Seymour reading it. But an even better job by Bell not taking a negative play and making a huge gain out of it and almost scoring there. McEachern at the 10-yard line with a chance to close this gap even further.
Yeah, we're in the red zone here, by the way, brought to you by IBEW Local 613, and he's at the 10, as Rusty said. Now here's the handoff going the way of Campbell. Campbell's got to try to make something happen here. Flag comes in.
Man.
That's going to back up McEachern by the appearance.
Yep. They're going to get a hold on Connor Coxwell, the junior defensive end, number 8. He was out in space trying to make the play, and I believe McEachern offensive lineman there just had too much jersey. Especially, Brandon, we see that a lot when you're out in space. You're the last guy there, and you're easy to see. If those hands get wide, they're going to call it.
10-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
That's a big penalty.
It is a big penalty. Also, you got to think, you know, the hold negates some of that, but you got to wonder now that McEachern's finding a little bit more success here. Can they find a way to get Campbell more involved? Bell, though, will keep it. This has worked all day long, and it works again. Down to the 5-yard line, another 15-yard carry for Bell.
Man, he's making the right reads right now. He is reading that defensive end. If he crashes on his back, if he crashes on 10, he's keeping it. He's tired. He's still showing that toughness and the ability to run the football.
2nd and 6. Bell keeps it again. When I say 6, it's actually first. It's actually now 2nd and goal.
Now would it be 3rd and goal here?
Yeah. 3rd and goal now coming.
Yeah, McEachern offensive line has really picked up the pace the last 3 series. Coach Reed's gonna call timeout. He knows how important this 3rd down is.
So let's play the math game here for a moment. If McEachern is stopped here on 3rd down, a field goal makes it an 8-point game, 25-17, which is essentially, if you want to call it a one-possession game, you could do that. So it's interesting if obviously they face the fourth down here, how aggressive Reed chooses to be. Does he take some points?
I still think you have to come away with points because, like you said, it's still a one-possession game, even with the 2-point conversion. If you don't get anything here, you're still down 2 scores. You got to leave this area of the field with something.
So, okay, and I would say I'd probably agree with you on that. So does that mean, like, how aggressive can you now be on third down?
You're trying to score here. You're trying to score. Like, you get into high school football, you start talking about a snap, a hold, and a kick. That's 3 things that can go wrong. So you're trying to score right here. And they're certainly probably going to put Bell out in space with a run-pass option.
Yeah, he's been a real discovery so far this afternoon.
The way North Gwinnett's played, you see this, no surprise here. Man-to-man means they're going to have extra guys in the box.
Yeah, they show you 5 across here. Bell going to run it. Wrapped up, though. And just driven back. So McEachern was pretty conservative that time.
He stays in the middle of the field, too. So what is Kareem Reed going to do here? Yeah,
he's going to send on Jonathan Rodriguez, and pretty clearly they did not want to, I mean, by my observation, did not want to risk too much there.
Yeah, he ran right into the teeth of that.
So it's going to end up being about a 26-yard kick. Actually, about a 21-yard kick. A little bit of a low snap, but good hold. And the kick is good. So there you go. That is the scenario we described. Field goal, 8-point game, 9:31 to go. And all of a sudden now, this is sort of settling into
what we thought.
The competitive game we anticipated we would probably have. So North Gwinnett's got a lead to protect. We'll see if they're able to do it. Glad to have you with us here from Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
We saw some squirrels were trying to get into the attic. I hear those squirrels still scampering through because I didn't go through those services initially.
Our job is to go up there and figure out where they're getting in and trap and remove and get those unwanted guests out. But then the next big step is not just seal the entry point where the critter got in, but seal the entire roof line. The most common mistake is only sealing the entry point you see.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Careers in the sheet metal industry are not only lucrative and rewarding, but also highly technical. Our industry includes the use of AutoCAD, BIM, robotics, and virtual reality. Apprentices acquire skills that are in high demand and are essential to the development of the modern world. These technical skills will establish your career now and for decades into the future. Learn more about opportunities in the sheet metal industry today by visiting our website at careersinsheetmetal.com.
Planting season is here, and it's time to give your yard the perfect touch from the professionals at Personal Touch Lawn Care. Why Personal Touch? Courteous service, attention to detail, and a desire to give you the best lawn in your neighborhood.
They have the knowledge and skills to do anything that I would need.
Call now for a 25% discount on design and consultation services.
Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you.
Personal Touch Lawn Care, 770-908-1238, or online at ptlcatlanta.com.
The GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com Corky, Kell, Dave Hunter Classic is sponsored by Personal Touch Lawn Care. The smallest details make the biggest difference. Gordo's, Fiesta every day. The Rome Floyd Chamber, opportunity awaits. Zaxby's famous fingers and sauces. And by Georgia High School Sports Daily. Live at noon Monday through Friday after Labor Day on the Peachtree Sports Network and the Atlanta News First app.
So Zaylen Bell, the McEachern quarterback, now not only obviously the leading passer with 105 yards and a touchdown, also the leading rusher for the Indians on the day there as well. 122 yards on the ground, also a rushing score. And a couple of nice scampers for him. Also set up the Rodriguez field goal. And that's where things stand right now. 25-17, 9:31 to go. And I guess the question becomes, Rusty, for a North Gwinnett team that thought it had a physical advantage earlier, can they reassert that right now and take time off this clock?
It's going to be, you're going to find out the physicality of this team right here. Can we put a team away? Can we physically impose our will on them in the fourth quarter? This team's had some success. Now a one-score game. Last couple of series, that front four, front seven, you see McEachern bouncing around a little bit, those guys. Who wants it more inside the box?
Eric Godfrey right there, the North Gwinnett coach, a cool customer despite the fact that there's a lot at stake here right now. Hall going to keep it himself. That's worked a lot today. To the 25 that time, and 5 on first down.
See Eric Godfrey behind him is Tommy LaFayette. Lafayette, he had no pads on.
Yeah.
So he's done for the day, obviously.
You know, you hate that.
Hope he comes back sooner than later. Yep. Because he was really, kind of rolling right then for North Gwinnett.
A big story from earlier in our game. A lot of folks from McEachern at the line of scrimmage. Here's Hall again, running again. Going to be about a yard short of the first down. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 1. And my, oh my, isn't this big?
8:46, it is a big play.
Big wholesale changes here for North Gwinnett offensively. They're going to run in
the heavy package.
A lot of big bodies here.
It's the Rusty Mansell package. You see 55 coming in. Braxton Kyle, you see London Seymour.
Jay Godfrey in there.
Bringing in an H-back, Godfrey there. Going to bring in heavy. Usually you follow that H-back, you'll find the football.
Hall hands it off. Right there at the line to make. I believe he got it by about 6 inches.
Vernon actually won that game.
All right.
Just finished up. It was 46-27, so Terrence Edwards earns his first career win today. And he's already texted me about some guys in this game that he trains. So never takes a day off, man. He loves it.
Nobody loves football more than Terrence.
He loves it, man.
He loves the sport, and I love that about him.
Loves it. Loves to tell me Washington County beat Pepperell in the semifinals, too. So. He gets that in about every 6 weeks. I get a reminder of that. Matter of fact, today, Wayne Groves, former Pepperell Dragon, now the head coach at Darlington, played in that semifinal game against Terrence. And so it's fun to see those two guys, two friends of mine, two guys I know a long time, two great high school football coaches.
All right, 2nd and 3. North Gwinnett sort of finding that success on the ground again. Hall will hand it off. Mazzoni's going to dance. And he didn't get anything that time, so nice job up front defensively by the Indians.
Evidently, we're having rain again around the area. Thank goodness for this building.
I know, we're all covered up here right now. It's a big 3rd down play here.
Throwing blitz. They're going to he points him out. See if McEachern takes this play off or changes the coverage.
All tried the hard count too and couldn't coax someone off the line of scrimmage. Now he'll snap it, roll right.
Good.
Trying to throw it, and it's caught wide open. Is Eric running? And running is going to score. Got behind the defense. 38 yards. Hall to running, and that's a huge momentum shift in this game.
And I love a running back that can pass pro And you want to watch the way this play starts. Watch this running back. Missed it. Man, if we got that replay, I would love to go back to that because Ronning is wide open. I don't know where the coverage was on that, but this play was made by this running back picking up the pass protection.
That's our electrifying play of the half, brought to you by IBEW Local 613. And what a gutsy call by Eric Godfrey. You put the ball in the air there, you run the risk of giving it back to McEachern, you run the risk of a turnover, but instead you go for broke and extend your lead. And Dallas will put the PAT through here now. It's 32-17.
Watch this pass right. I don't have the right angle on that. I apologize. But I'm telling you right now, that running back absolutely made that play.
It's our scoring recap brought to you by Breda Pest Management. 6 plays, 80 yards, 3:19 of clock time, which is big as well.
Good job there. Good answer.
Couple of things here. A, if you're McEachern, you'll probably still touch it twice. At least you have a chance to touch it twice.
Got to stop. Yes.
You have a chance at 2 possessions.
2 timeouts.
Got 2 timeouts. The other thing is the faked PAT that turned into a 2-point conversion. That additional point for North Gwinnett right now also looms somewhat large too.
How about that? You never think that at that point. You know what I mean? You're like, why do you show that on tape? You're up 17-6.
Because that's a 15th point of advantage now for North Gwinnett, which would require a 3rd scoring play in order to be able to tie it. Dallas has boomed it all day. And this one a little shorter than a couple of his have been, but still well into the end zone. You see those pellets flying up. And now McEachern's got to be in a little bit of a hurry here.
Yeah, they're gonna put the ball up here a little bit, I would imagine. I tell you what, though, even if they don't win this game, McEachern has seen some stuff in the second half they can build off of. You got a new quarterback, got a new package with him. He's been the guy, obviously, looks like the guy they're going to go with. You got some things you can build off of right there.
Keep in mind as well, to start the 3rd quarter, at the first kickoff of the second half, Jonathan Rodriguez did attempt an onside kick. They didn't get it. Ball went out of bounds. But if you're thinking ahead in the event of a McEachern score, he might be the kind of kicker you think to do that. But North Gwinnett is there to wrap up again. The football came loose. Braxton Kyle was there for the sack. Did the ball come loose? Are they going to call that a touchdown? I haven't seen the indication yet.
I haven't seen the signal. They're kind of talking on there. You can see them reaching for their, from where they're spotting it. Yep.
Okay, yeah, they're going to say, let's see it again here.
See if his knee goes down when Kyle spins it.
Yeah, so Kyle's going to get there first. Ball may have gotten knocked out by Jalen Gist.
Yes.
And then Gist is also there to scoop it up, too.
Man, how quickly things can change on you.
What a play defensively. And you got to give North Gwinnett all the credit in the world for how they have responded to what was some obvious and undeniable momentum by McEachern. The touchdown throw to Ronning. Another big play for Braxton Kyle, who, let's be honest, had been a little quiet for a few minutes.
Yeah. He gets a sack to add to his interception.
This is a game in which players have been making plays all over the place. And right now, the majority of those being made by the Bulldogs. We'll be right back.
Thank you for watching Georgia High School Heroes presented by Ingalls. This week, we're wrapping up our series with a pair of players in their rookie seasons as NFL quarterbacks who will forever be linked by their prep careers here in Georgia. I'm speaking about Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence. At Harrison High School, Justin Fields was named Mr. Georgia Football by the Touchdown Club of Atlanta. At the same time, at Cartersville High School, Trevor Lawrence was the Atlanta Journal-Constitution Player of the Year. He went on to lead the Clemson Tigers to the FBS National Championship. Fields took the Ohio State Buckeyes to the championship game as well. Lawrence would go on to be drafted in the first round by the Jacksonville Jaguars. while Fields would go later in the first round to the Chicago Bears. Thank you for watching Georgia High School Heroes, presented by Ingalls.
It's hot at Matthews Kia of Cartersville, so we are having a hot sales event. We have great selections of 2024 and 2025 new vehicles. Lease the 2025 Kia Carnival LX $429 for 24 months, the 2024 Kia Sportage LX $289 for 24 months, or the 2024 Kia Telluride S just $379 for 24 months. Hurry, because prices are in your favor right now. Don't forget, Matthews Kia of Cartersville is home to the lifetime warranty. Come see us today. All roads lead to Matthews Kia of Cartersville.
Set the record. The biggest WNBA game in Atlanta history. The Atlanta Dream look to even the score against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Get your tickets to the biggest Dream game of the year and see why the WNBA is taking the nation by storm. Don't be left out when State Farm sells out. Monday, August 26th. Grab the hottest ticket in town now at dream.wnba.com.
And we are back. Brand new score, 39-17 after a Braxton Kyle sack turns into a Jalen Gist scoop and score.
Quickly, man.
And the Bulldogs extend their lead. That big play defensively coming just after Eric Ronning had gotten behind the McEachern defense on a third down play on the previous offensive possession for the Bulldogs.
You can see some of the speed out of Eric Ronning there. Catches the ball and takes off to finish that touchdown off.
Dallas kicks it. You saw Traylor was thinking, man, I got to try to make something happen here, but obviously by rule, you can't bring it out of the end zone.
I tell you, man, that NFL kicks are growing on me.
Is that right?
I don't want it at the high school level.
Yeah, I don't either.
Because we don't have enough kickers that kicks it in the end zones. That play is still there.
That's right.
NFL, these guys are kicking it into the concession stands.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's ever returning.
It looks weird, but I mean, a lot of things that look weird just
it's going to grow on you. It's going to grow on you. You're going to like it till your team loses the game because of it, and everybody's going to be pissed.
Bell going to dump it off to Traylor. Traylor wrapped up right away. Nice tackle that time by Godfrey.
He is a leading tackler for North Gwinnett. This is a sophomore. This is Coach Eric Godfrey's son. Started as a freshman. Multiple offers already. Georgia Tech, Florida State, North Carolina. He is just a sophomore. A lot of people think him and Sammy Brown's younger brother, Max Brown, two linebackers in that 2027 class. Both of them with multiple offers. Very similar, very good football players.
Here is Bell running. That's worked today. He lowers his shoulder. Be careful there.
Number 15 on the carry.
He's going to move the chains again. He's a tough guy.
I believe as the season goes on, they're going to get Nathan Scott more in this package.
That's
right. They're trying to get him acclimated, kind of what they do offensively, those types of things.
Yeah, I mean, as you see, Bell kind of on the run here. Kyle was giving him chase again, then also kind of Gist there to help send him out of bounds. I mean, obviously, if you're a McEachern fan, you would want the win. And with 5:08 to go and a 3-score deficit, that starts to feel like a little bit of a stretch. But to exit this game, going into what we said before was a region schedule, they're going to have a chance to do some stuff. To find a quarterback today, and, you know, listen, I realize there aren't moral victories when you come to, you know, this level of high school football in Georgia. But there are some positives to be taken from McEachern here today. As you see a pass incomplete intended for Xavier Harris.
Yeah, you talk about Milton last year. Milton got on a run late. They didn't have a great start last year. They weren't that team. It's all about where you are at the end of the year. Every game matters, but as McEachern, you're still learning what you have, what can you do right. And I think Coach Kareem Reed, when he looks at this tape in the second half, he's going to say, all right, guys, this is what we got, and this is what we're moving forward with.
Well, the one thing I think we're all sort of conditioned for now is you see a strike but not able to be held on there. Just going to bring up fourth down. The one thing we're all conditioned for now is this expectation that teams that in some cases start 0-3, 0-4, 1-5, first half of the season, oftentimes, especially with the smaller regions a year ago, where you're playing these incredibly tough region schedules. And, I know that Steve Gates, our head coach from Cass, he talked about this. He goes, my goal is not to go 10-0. I'm not trying to go 10-0. That's not something I want to do. If I go 10-0, that's not preparing my guys for what's going to happen when you're playing the region, the likes of what, a team like Cass will be playing, or a lot of these teams are playing. And so last year, McEachern team, as you see the punt, going to roll dead there around the 20-yard line. This team that started 0-4 and went on to win 7 of 8. Now, my guess is this McEachern team is not going to start 0-4.
I would be surprised if they start 0-4. I'll say this, too. You start talking about Cass. They went to the lead 8 and finished 7-6.
Yeah. And, by the way, you can't have a rougher Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic game than North Gwinnett probably had last year in this building against Mill Creek. And they would go on to win 8 games after that. By the way, don't forget, we got a really fascinating game coming up in our nightcap. Cedar Grove, the reigning champs from 3A, although a very different look, including a brand new coach in Roderick Moore, taking on a Douglas County team that, as Rusty and I were saying earlier, may be the best collection of wide receivers in the state, as good as anyone has at least.
Get a transfer quarterback in, too, that people are going to know. See him his first game at Douglas County. He got one of the most talented defensive linemen in America, Jordan Carter. Many people think he's the #1 player in the state of Georgia for 2026, and Tyler Atkinson at Grayson didn't. So you're about to see some talent on the field. I am very interested to see what Cedar Grove is about right here early on this year, because that is a very prideful school with a lot of football culture to them. So we'll see what they bring to the table tonight.
And obviously, in this run of state championships they've had, they're no strangers seeing, coaching changes.
Yes.
Jimmy Smith takes a college job. Obviously, John Adams now moves on to the college ranks. So, they've changed head coaches multiple times during this run of state championships. So, having to find a new leader, not unusual for them. The one thing that does make the Roderick Moore hire a little bit different than what Cedar Grove will have done in the past is this is one of the rare examples where they've kind of gone outside the Cedar Grove family to make that hire.
Not in-house hire, correct. Yep. And there was another candidate, I think, that really was maybe a threat to get that. They wind up going kind of outside of the program. So we'll see. Certainly a tall task tonight, but I can guarantee you right now, Cedar Grove, I don't care who they bring out here tonight, they'll be ready to strap it up and give what they got.
No question about that. And of course, I'm sure we'll talk about the saga of Bo Walker. Obviously, one-time Cedar Grove player, attempted to make the transfer to Stockbridge, had that attempted transfer blocked by the GHSA. I guess he's got one more appeal opportunity left.
He's had 2. Both have been denied, so he's got one more appeal this week. And if he loses that one,
timeout.
He's not going to play in the state of Georgia this year. Gabe Harris now plays at Georgia. He lost that appeal moving from Thomas County Central over to Valdosta. He winds up going down south, playing at another school, another state. So don't know all the options. I saw the head coach interviewed in the Georgia High School Football Daily. He said, listen, Bo does not want to talk about plan B. His plan is to play here in Georgia. He wants to play here. His grandfather lives here in Stockbridge. He's trying to help take care of his grandparents. So we'll see how that goes. And good luck to him.
It's the former Cedar Grove offensive coordinator hired as Stockbridge head coach, and it's really on those grounds that the Walker appeal was denied because, by rule, you're not supposed to follow your head coach to a new school. But the argument that the Walker camp would make is he had made the move to Stockbridge before the coaching hire had been made. At least that's their telling of the story.
Yes, that's what I've seen so far. So I don't know all the details. I just know that at some point this week we'll find out if Bo Walker, Georgia Bulldog running back verbal commit, if he's going to play this year in state.
Yes, that's been one of the bigger, I would say, off-field stories in Georgia high school football of this week, with action getting going around the state. And, every 2 years we do this. For whatever reason, this year feels a little bit more, I guess, pronounced as well, with the reduction of the classifications. Same number of state champions when it's all said and done, but the reduction of the classifications, it's going to take some getting used to, right?
Yeah, the new private is going to be the biggest difference, I think, to me.
I think the larger regions are a change for the better. I think we probably had, over the course of the last 2 years, I think some regions were just a little too small.
Yeah,
And I think I know for the coaches it makes scheduling a 10-game schedule easier to do. But also I just think, I think you need to beat more than 3 teams to win a region championship.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with that, yeah. I mean, we had teams that would go in the playoffs, regions with 5 teams, and one team wouldn't play a region schedule, so you were in no matter what.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably a change for
and
the
it
better.
saves on travel, man.
It does save
I'm
on
saying
travel.
we got teams going 2 hours away for region games, and you start thinking about volleyball games and girls softball games and those type of things. And I think it was the right decision by Georgia High School to do this.
And listen, you talk to coaches. I mean, obviously their main job is winning games, but as an administrator of their program, coming up with a schedule, as you see Dallas, I should say Hall, getting another point. Actually, it is Dallas getting that kick away. But from an administrative standpoint, coming up with a schedule is about the most difficult task these coaches have to do.
We had a lot of teams last year only had 9 games. We couldn't find a 10. So I think it's a good decision by Georgia High School, and I look forward to this season. You know, listen, one of the things too, NIL is now approved in the state of Georgia. I think from what I have seen, it is doing what it is intended to do. If somebody wants to put you on a billboard and you want to get paid for it, that's what name, image, likeness is.
One thing that the GHSA has made very clear, though, is this is not going to be college football where Rusty Manziel and Pep White. He's going to start his collective.
I didn't think about it.
You see Bell have to go pick that one up off the ground, and he's playing hard all the way to the end here.
There were some places that were trying to get some organizational going, and I think Georgia High School put the brakes on that again. And again, we got some guys. You just saw A.J. Hill in the game before. He signed a contract with Leaf Trading Cards. A really good deal for a high school football player. Juju Lewis. You got Tyler Atkinson at Grayson. He's one of the 8 players in America with an Adidas deal. And to me, that's what it's about.
Yeah. If you have a chance to make actual endorsement money, it does seem somewhat wrong to step in the way and prevent that. But, you know, as you see a pass complete there to Xavion Harris. But when it comes to sport overall, if you're the GHSA, the caretakers of the sport have to understand that for the majority of people who play high school football, you know, this is an amateur endeavor for people who are students first, and in some cases will not play college football anywhere. And so, you know, preserving that element of the sport at the high school level, very important. What a strong arm by Bell. Well beyond his intended target, but like he has no problem.
He uncorked that one.
He has no issue.
He uncorked that one.
Throwing it to the end zone from about 50 yards out.
I'm coming up 75 North the other day, and I look up on a billboard, and Cass offensive tackle Bear McWhorter is on there with a law firm.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Good for him.
But that's what it's about.
That's right.
If a corporation or a law firm says, okay, we're going to put this young man on our company, and we're going to let him endorse it, I'm all about it.
And if your name is Bear McWhorter and you can't get an NIL deal, something's going wrong anyway, right? That's just a name that just sort of seems to suit marketability. Bell again throwing. Incomplete. He's favored Xavion Harris a little bit here in the second half. That's a guy you would imagine they're going to want to get going. But as you said before, I want to go back to this. You know, Nayland Scott transfers over from Kennesaw Mountain. It's a 4-star receiver. He's got an offer from Georgia. He's got an offer from a lot of big programs. As the season goes on, or even maybe in the next couple of weeks, emerging along with Jerrion Campbell as probably the 2 top playmakers to go with Bell in this offense. You got to think that's where all of this is heading.
Yeah, they're going to get. It's a work in progress, and you can do all the things all summer long, Brandon. You can do all the 7-on-7s. You can do the OTAs. You can do everything you want. This is where you find out what you have right here in a football game, in a stadium, on TV, kind of find out where you are at this current moment.
Well, with that in mind, as you see the impressive tackle there by Cole Funderburg coming in to make that stop, this is going to end up being quite a statement by North Gwinnett. A day in which their starting running back goes out with injury, a guy who had huge shoes to fill because of the big numbers that Julian Walters had put up a year ago for the Bulldogs. And yet the North Gwinnett doesn't really skip a beat. They find a way to score 39 points, albeit one of those a defensive score right there on their average of 37 points per game a year ago. They played very well defensively against the McEachern team that's going to have no problem scoring points against most every team they play. And in what is always a very crowded county, North Gwinnett sending a pretty strong signal today. And in a new region this year that includes Eric Godfrey's Old School Parkview and Brookwood to go along with a lot of other top flight Gwinnett County teams. Godfrey's Bulldogs letting it be known they're going to be a major factor in the 6A classification.
I'm telling you, when healthy, what I saw today, They are very good up front, and their secondary can cover. They got an athletic senior quarterback. They got a great offensive line. I'm telling you, they're flying under the radar. And I'm telling you, Eric Godfrey, he's going to probably text me later tonight. But I'm telling you, he is very comfortable with this. Just let them kind of lie in the weeds so everybody has to get a piece of this North Gwinnett Bulldogs team.
Well, I would say the lying in the weeds may have ended here.
Yeah.
The spotlight that is Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the big stage, and the Bulldogs were more than equal to that task here today. And you saw the celebration a moment ago. Those players understand how big this is. On this field, this gorgeous venue, and North Gwinnett looked the part here today. Impressive in a 39-17 win over the McEachern Indians. In a moment, we'll go down to the field, and we'll get a chance to hear from Eric Godfrey. We'll hear from Braxton Kyle, who made some big plays defensively, including an interception and a sack that became a scoop and score for the Bulldogs, and ultimately the score that probably put the game on ice. This is going to be a massive, massive win here for North Gwinnett, and a wonderful handshake line there. Great to see the sportsmanship. You know, the competitive fire burns bright on both these teams. But when it's all said and done, a lot of sportsmanship to be had there.
A lot of tradition in those two schools.
Oh, yeah. We've seen great games in the history of the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic between these two teams. And for North Gwinnett, perhaps a little bit of bragging rights. They can now say they've beaten McEachern 7 straight times.
Yeah, man.
7 straight wins for North Gwinnett against McEachern. And with that, we'll get ready to head down to the field to hear from some of the players and coaches that made all of this happen.
Welcome back to the Winning Coaches interview presented by Zaxby's. I'm Najee Wilkins with the head coach for North Gwinnett, Eric Godfrey and Braxton Kyle. So, Coach, great victory tonight. You guys scored 39 points. What's your overall assessment of this game?
Yeah, so just overall, we played great. I felt like we played great offense and defense, and obviously we got things to improve on. McEachern got us in a scare right there late third quarter, did a great job, kept fighting. But proud of the way these guys all fought and kept pushing.
Talk about that late third quarter. You get a long ball to Eric Ryan, and this guy makes the big play. What's going through your head is all transpires.
Right, yes. Well, I mean, the game is so tight, so, as coach, we get nervous. Hit the big play, opens it up, and then Braxton just keeps punching away on defense and makes my job a lot easier.
Last question. What's your thoughts on your senior quarterback performance tonight? Ryan Hall, he played really good, 3 touchdowns. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, he's a guy who's going to make plays. The play he makes to Ryan right there, it wasn't designed for, or to Ronnie. Wasn't designed that way, but he's just a phenomenal quarterback, makes us all look good.
Certainly, Coach. Well, congratulations on this on behalf of Corky Kell staff. Appreciate you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So on behalf of GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com, we're going to present the Robbie Hunter MVP Award, Braxton Kyle. So 2 plays I want to talk about. That interception, you nearly took it back. Tell me what's going through your mind on that play when you pick them off and you read the play like a book.
I picked the ball. I was like, at first I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, why is the ball in my hand? And I was like, I got to score. Tried. Did it for my legs. I wish I would have scored right there. We would have probably had like 40 right now, but,
And then walk me through that last play. You guys need to stop in the worst way possible. You come through with a big sack, forced fumble. Your guy returns it all the way for the touchdown, pretty much ends the game. Talk a little bit about that play.
Well, we need in the third quarter, we were a little bit off, and then we started locking in. I told DBG that we need to do something, because we need to win this game because we prepared all summer, and yeah.
Well, guys, it's all the time we got. Braxton Kyle wins Robbie Hunter MVP Award. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to toss it to break.
Introducing Zaxby's new chicken finger tacos. One with pico and creamy chipotle ranch, and the other with bacon and avocado ranch. Chicken experts since 1990. Taco experts since now. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
Hey, is the power off on this?
I don't know. Just take it off.
Safety violation, unsafe work conditions.
In the construction trades unions, safety is our highest priority, and we train you to recognize and speak out on unsafe working conditions so that everyone arrives and goes home safely. Learn about careers in construction at GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com.
A journeyman with Local 85, when you turn out, you can be hitting 6 figures.
Hey, I have your back, you have my back. We're gonna do this together. We're one for all for one.
College just wasn't for me. Let's look into actual career jobs that wouldn't take college, where I wouldn't, lose money and all that, instead of losing a lot more money at the end, why not make money and make more money at the end?
For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
Zaxby's new chicken finger tacos. One's smothered with creamy chipotle ranch, and one's got avocado ranch with bacon. Chipotle, avocado, chipotle, avocado. This dieting is hard, so just get both. Woo, saucy. Zaxby's.
And welcome to our tailgate show brought to you by GeorgiaConstructionCareers.com. I'm Kaylee Mansell with Myron Perry. And this is our Gatorade players of the game, our offensive player of the game, quarterback Brian Hall, and our defensive player of the game, Jake Godfrey. Jake, I got to come to you first. I got to ask you this because I asked your dad the exact same question. What's it like playing for your dad?
I mean, it's amazing to see my father out there, you know, coaching everything. Just really builds a bond with the team and the players and just me and my dad in general. And I love balling. I love playing football. And this is a game that I love, and I love sharing that with everybody.
Would you say that he's harder on you?
Well, I got kind of lucky because he coaches running backs. So, I mean, he used to be when I was little, but he's kind of eased off a little bit.
All right, Ryan, you next. You guys turned it up in the second half. As a quarterback, I know you have to be really vocal with your team. What was your message to your team coming out of halftime?
Yeah, well, going into half, you know, we had the screw up on the goal line. So, you know, that I took accountability for that, and I think just holding ourselves accountable and thinking that the next play in the next half, like, we just got to keep going.
Yep.
You led your team in tackles today. What would you say the strongest part of y'all's defense